All right, guys, here's your jump scare for the night. It is time for the tournament, and we'll explain the format in just a second. So I just got to do a little bit of admin work, and when that is done, we will get the tournament started. So very fun stuff. Going to be mixing it up here. So let's get the factions that everybody selected, and we should be good to go. All right, awesome. So we have all our players. Let's do this, and we can go ahead and find this here. Cool, cool. So I just need to find a way how to get to this file. I think it's in my screenshots folder. God, I'm such an idiot with technology, dude. Oh, I'm so bad. All right, there we go. We did it. All right, so let's go ahead and copy this. Cool. And here we are. All right, so tonight it's going to be a new format, which I'm very excited to try. It's very similar to an SFT in terms of pacing. So players will just pick essentially 6 factions blind. And then over the course of so view here, and let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so it's in my screenshot folder, I think. There it is. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll explain the tournament format in just a second. I just need to get the factions out to the players so they aren't sitting there wondering what they're going to be playing against. Cool. Here we are. Man, you know, I have gotten so much worse with technology as I've gotten older. It's pretty crazy. Just like navigating the PC. Take me back to Windows 95. Whatever we had back in the day. All right. So here we are. And all right. And here we go. All right. Goblins. Round 1 is live. Good luck, have fun. And let's get our opponent for the first round. And we will explain the format here. Okay. There it is. Right on, right on. Okay, so our first round opponent is going to be Bob That Builder. All right, should be fun. So prior to the start of the tournament, how it works is each player in said tournament declares 6 factions they want to play. So they look at the maps for the tournament. They say, okay, it's I want to play dwarves here. It's Borderlow Landing. I want to play Corn here. And they make a list in order of 6 factions that they play all the way through the finals. And there's no repeats, which means that every player is going to kind of have their mettle tested in terms of their faction diversity. If you're someone who only knows how to play like one faction, for example, this would probably be a very hard format for you. So players need to have 6 factions in their pool, and then you just play those in order. All right. Good luck, good luck. So we should be good. Looks like we are ready to party here. Okay, so that is there. And Bob will be joining soon. And my pick for round 1 was what? So I'm going to go ahead and check. So my factions for tonight, I have Nurgle, Empire, Warriors of Chaos, Chorfs, Kislev, Greenskins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so Nurgle, Empire, Warriors of Chaos, Chorfs for my first 4 rounds. And then in the semifinals, if I make it, I have Kislev. And in the grand finals, I have Greenskins, which is going to be fun. All right, all right. So let's get it. And I'm going to be on Nurgle in Discord. I linked it with a ping. All right. So we're going to be on Nurgle here. And we have to see what my opponent's playing. The first map is going to be Borderlow Landing, which is a classic. Nurgle's my go-to. So I figured, you know, let's try Nurgle, see if we can get a dub out of the gates. And we'll have to see what Bob is going to be picking here so I can check. And what is old Bob going to be picking? Bob That Builder's first round pick is Kislev. Oh shit, okay. This is an interesting one. Kislev is a little scary, but it's winnable for sure. It is winnable. So let's get our army blocker up. We need Darth Wookius. So where the hell is he? He'll be here in a second. Okay, I don't know where Darth Wookie went, so we're gonna have to find another screen blocker. We might have to retrack down Darth Wookie. Okay, let's get a screen blocker up for the tournament. How's life treating you guys, by the way? You guys doing all right? We'll get an old school picture of Wookiee out here. There we go. Okay. This is him in his glory days. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So Darth Wookiee is going to make sure nobody is snooping on my build. All right. So let's go a little bit wider here. And there we are. Okay. So Kislev versus Nurgle. Fun matchup. Definitely want to bring a lot of great weapons. That is going to be the name of the play. Cool. So those factions become available at those parts. And yeah, so round 1, I play Nurgle because that's the order in which I picked factions. Nurgle's my first pick. That correlates to your round 1 pick, and you pick 6 factions in total because in Swiss tournaments, you have 6 rounds of regulation. So that's pretty standard stuff there. All right. Yeah, oh wow, that's actually really apt, dude. Rich, he really does look like a Vargulf. Yeah, dude, you nailed that. Yeah. Okay, I think I know how to play this matchup. It's been a while since I've done it, but I have some loose ideas about how to do this. Definitely not going to be an Epidemius situation. Epidemius would not be your boy here. And let's do that, this, and okay. I think that looks fine to me. Let's got this and this. Slap you on that. And now we're good to party. Hey, good to catch you. Good to catch you as well, Ninja. Hopefully you're ready for some action. So round one, we're going to be playing Nurgle. And I have Chorfs down the line as well. So the Chorfs will be potentially making an appearance here. So let's actually cut these guys out. Let's get the big heavy boys. I think that's going to be pretty cool. And reinforcements, we can max you guys. Okay. Rot Knights actually might be fringe decent in this matchup, believe it or not. Like a Rot Knight pick doesn't seem like a bad choice to me. A Plague Ogre too could be kind of cool. There's a lot of fun stuff to experiment with. Is there a second guild in Legion Tower Defense too? Not at the moment. I haven't been playing that game too much. The new Total War stuff came out, and it's definitely taking my main focus. Yeah, so that's been mainly how that's been going. We're going to need a couple Nurglings, but I will get one thing slow down here a little bit. I will get back to doing some Legion Tower Defense. I for sure will. Okay, so that looks good so far. I do dig it. Can you dig it? So what do we have to worry about? Kislev is pretty scary still. I think it's a fine matchup though. Just finished my 10-hour retail shift and I get to catch you. Man, that's a long shift, dude. That's a deep one. Yeah, you working those holiday hours, huh? Thank you, Jaden. Greatly appreciate it. Much love from the East Coast. Where in the East Coast do you hail from? My dad was from I wouldn't say like upstate New York, but he was from outside the city to the north. It was like I think Scarsdale. That's where he grew up. And then moved to the city when he was 18. So I got a ton of East Coast family. I got family in Boston, all over the realm out there. Hey, and Ziggy, Merry Christmas. Hey, right back at you, dude. Doing anything fun for the holidays? Yeah, my wife and I were going to be traveling up to Washington State. So we're heading up to the Pacific Northwest, and we're gonna have some fun. Very excited for that. Yeah, we're looking at places to move, in the next year or two, because where we live is paradise. We love it, but it's very expensive. So we're looking to kind of, downscale and save a little bit of money because you just get wrecked where I live. Southern California, and especially in the city I'm in, which is my hometown, it's a punch right in the wiener financially. All right. So that looks good to me. I like the build. If you ask Bob. You could ask Bob. Shoot him a message in Discord. Yeah, let him know. So Rot Knights, we have to worry about the Kislevites Warrior. Yeah, I actually think I like the Plague Ogre a little bit better, believe it or not. Kind of a strange one. Do we want the Exalted Plague Bearers in this matchup? I don't think so. I don't think that's going to be a necessity. Bob is a very, very good player, top tier tournament player. Pretty much everybody in tonight's tournament is a very, very solid player. We do not have any weak players playing, which is very, very fun to see. Oh, man, a little bit out of my price range there. Let's see if I can weasel in two of these guys. All right, so we got two of those. 250. Yeah, that looks like a good spend. All right, I think I'm happy with this build. It's not perfect, but it's strong enough. It's going to present an issue for Bob, I'm hoping. You got to stay away from Seattle. Yeah, we wouldn't be moving to Seattle. It would be up north. So we'd be moving... like the areas we were looking at in Washington State are like the Olympia area, as well as further north, like some awesome folks that we've talked to have recommended Bellingham. So we're thinking about checking that out as well. Like, so really far north, because, we don't have as many restrictions on where we live in terms of like career stuff because we both work from home. So we can be a little bit more flexible, but we're open to exploring other states too. We're going to check out the Pacific Northwest. We want to check out Colorado as well. I think that'd be a fun place to explore. Maine, yeah. Anna wants to check out some East Coast action as well. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So let's get this party started. It is going to be round one of tonight's tournament. Thank you all for joining. And it is going to be Nurgle facing off against Kislev. And we're just going for a big great weapon wall. Come hang out in Oklahoma. I wouldn't be opposed. Actually, Poppy, my one side of my family is like all New York City Italians, right? They're all from New York City. They were very Italian culture. But a lot of I actually have some ancestry from Texas and Oklahoma as well on my mom's side. So yeah, goes back a ways for sure. But okay, let's get all this going. So we just have a huge wall of great weapons, which makes sense. They're going to get massacred for the Dark Gods, and there's going to be some Nurgle warriors in the secondary. I think the Nurgle warrior without the right magic can actually be very tough to remove, and we have a Nurgle sorcerer who's going to be just casting healing spells, and not healing spells, but the Stream of Corruption against the Kislev infantry, as well as Miasma Pestilence to help win fights. Yeah. Bedlam in chat. Avoid Missouri at all costs. I live here. It is hell. Oh no, dude. Oh no. Okay. Ninja says, I went to school in Bellingham. It's an amazing city. I've heard good things. Yeah. Finally. T-Rex push-ups. Dude, thank you for that super generous donation, bud. Finally caught a live stream. It's been far too long. Did you see that Bragg has the Turin reference in his talents? No, he doesn't. What is the reference? I didn't see that. All right. Okay, what's it going to be? Perfect, perfect. Okay, paste actions in the chat, please. Okay. Cool beans. So it is time to feast. No shields versus their shooting, you know, because Kislev shooting is good, but it's a little risky against Chaos factions with the prevalence of Furies. It's pretty easy, not easy to shut down shooting, but it's doable. So let's get the Legion moving forward so the hordes of Nurgle will descend upon my enemy. We have a battle line of Kossars, but Kossars and Kossars with some Streltsy and Streltsy. So a lot of shooting, including some Zargard as well. So that's going to be a little bit scary to deal with. And we're going to get some back pressure going right away. So we want to get the Pestigors moving up through the trees to try and steal my opponent's back objective. I think that's going to be very good. A lot of shooting, though. This is going to be scary. Like, my build could get pulled apart really, really hard here. So we got to be very, very careful about this one. All right, so let's get to the middle. I don't know what he's capturing with here. What has stock? Oh, Akshina ambushers. Okay. So he's going to be sitting here with some Akshina action. All right, I don't hate that. I think that's kind of fun. All right, so let's get some Nurglings waddling over here. We want to get the back cap pressure. Okay, so not Akshinas. No. Wait, how is... Because this guy has 3 capture weight, so it has to be something with less, which I don't know what that would be. All right, so we're going to be... Oh, there's the Wolfhearts. Okay. So they were on it, and then they jumped off is basically what happened. Okay, so the Wolfhearts are there. A big Streltsy line, a little bit scary, but we do manage to get this objective, so now we're going to kind of circle around the back here as we have 2 Vanguard units heading to his back point. And yeah, we gotta be careful. Like, his army has the potential to shoot me to pieces, like really, really hard. All right, so let's get our horsemen. We can kind of loop over to his back objective, and in the meantime, we're going to send one of the great weapons over here. Just need something to hold that objective, right? And we're going to just kind of trundle over, see if we can cause a little bit of pressure. We got Griffin Legion coming, which is going to be scary. All right, let's get one more Pestigor and move it up into the trees. And yeah, now the Akshinas are going to start shooting, which is going to hurt. I'm tempted to move in. I don't want to lose my yeah, that's a lot of damage, man. He might be ready. Bob is very, very good at this kind of staggered missile style of play, so I gotta watch out. It could be a problem. All right, so let's move here. Let's move here. Let's move here. Get the great weapons going up, great weapons, and then we're gonna call in some Furies as well. All right. So in the meantime, we need to get the fights going. Let's move and move. We're gonna press. We're going to call in some of these guys, the Furies. We're going to need them to jump on the wings of the formation. So I'm hoping that I can just like tar pit and really just get in there. This is always the scariest part of being a Nurgle player, is the initial approach, right? It's frightening. It is no joke. All right, so let's gather up in the trees here. Let's pull our horsemen back. One unit's going to get pounded into the Shadow Realm. The big thing is closing the distance with the Streltsy. They are the big problem childrens. All right, so we've gotten in combat with 2 units. Let's get these great weapons moving over here so they can come here and you guys can move up here. And then we need to start casting some sweet spells. So we're going to do this. Call our horsemen to the backside, move you guys up, and you guys come across. Do this. Let's get a hound unit moving up as well. And now the throwing weapons can follow up. And we just need to close distance with these guys. All right, Miasma Pestilence is going to be activated on them. Value trading is actually not terrible so far. And when the warriors get in is when it's going to get a little bit dodgy for my opponent, I'm hoping. All right, so let's get you on the Kossars with spears. Let's move you guys out on the objectives. And I believe we dodged that vortex pretty well. Okay, looking good. Let's get this great open unit coming down here as well. The horsemen are kind of struggling to find a home at the moment, but we will get there eventually. Great weapon unit has gotten in, and we have started to threaten his back objective, so that is good. So let's do this. Pull you guys back, pull you guys back. Get under the hound unit to come up, and great. So the hounds are here. We're going to kind of rush this position. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get a big old stream of corruption right down the pipe on those guys. I am down on value, but it's not the end of the world. Let's get the Pestigors going right there, and the Nurglings are here too. We have another Pesty on the back objective, so we have the opportunity to play a little bit different here. Okay, so the Sorcerer Lord, he could get on top of the Kossars if he wants to. We are taking a lot of damage, but the back objective situation is going very, very well. We do start to get some sweet throwing weapon action on those guys. Got to make sure my Lord doesn't get karate chopped also, so let's put a Miasma of Pestilence down on them. Get you guys back on the point here, and just kind of play the back objective, right? That's going to be a little bit smoother for us. So we got Griffin Legion coming out. Let's go ahead and charge them. Furies are doing it. We're going to do this. Come over here, and yeah, I think we're done kind of playing the middle for now. We do have the great weapons charging and doing some decent damage, but we definitely want to just keep playing over here. It's got to be a little bit smoother. All right, Pesties are there. My lord, let's get it behind the pillar. And you just go for the back objective now. All right, so we're even on value, which is not a good sign for my opponent, I would say. I mean, Kislev does have some healing, but it's not insane or anything like that, right? We have another Poison Hound. Let's get the Poison Hound going this way. And the other Furies need to loop up there as well. Cool, so great weapons right here. You guys have engaged there. And let's get around the backside of the army. In the meantime, the throwing axes are doing really, really good damage, so that's great for us. We want to keep our Furies online. And the Streltsy are shooting through the trees pretty damn well. So let's get a nice little Stream of Corruption going right there on them. Hopefully we're able to nail them there. Looking good. And you do take some overcast damage. All right, so how are we looking on the front? So now we could start maybe thinking about doing a little bit of front pressure again. So we're going to get some Pesties, move them up into the front here. Looking good. And just kind of camp on his back objective, right? So let's get the Pestigores going. Yeah, go engage their buddies. And we have other cows coming around. Are we going to be able to jump on the Streltsy? They have a lot of layers of shooting, so we need to get those guys back. We definitely don't want to overextend here. All right, so let's do a Miasma. Yes, and you do this. Let's get the Streltsy on top of these guys. And we do have Poison Hounds getting ready to nibble pretty good here, so let's get on top of the Kossars. And we'll get some Nurglings waddling up to the middle objective as well. So you guys all move up. Looking good. We got the Furies. We're keeping them in a weird position where we're using the tree line, I would say, pretty damn well here. And we should have another Stream of Corruption here. So let's get the Stream of Corruption, do it right down the pipe, and that's going to do a massive amount of damage. All right, so we got the Pestigores pushing into his units there. Stream of Corruption is going to go off, and I don't know if we're going to get much outside of the Streltsy unit, so let's just cancel that. He already reacted to it, so let's save the Winds of Magic. Okay, and yeah, Great Weapon's doing good. Let's get on the Kossars here. Let's get you guys there. You guys coming up here, you guys right there, and looking good. All right, so the Pesties are pushing, and we are getting a nice little stuff on these guys. Marauder Horsemen are hanging on to the objective well. We do have Stream of Corruption. I could go for a little attack here, but it's very, very dodgy. I need to basically just get it to the point where I win on just like one, right, is going to be the game plan. All right, so let's get you guys in 4, pull you back a little bit. And what do we have to call out of the Vanguard? I think just more Pestigores. So let's get the Pestigores waddling up there. Value trading is pretty even at this point. Now we're going to make our way to the middle, and we could go for the Streltsy here. So let's get the Pestigores to actually go for them. We have a couple Poison Hounds lurking in the trees, and hopefully they'll be able to do something. So we do get a nice attack on the Streltsy here. They're going to be eating a lot of throwing weapons, and ooh, that shooting though is really good. Yeah, really, really nice shooting there. It's scary. All right, let's loop around. Loop around here. We got these guys and these guys. Those are Griffin Legion, so that's no joke. So we're going to Curse of the Slug. Is it even worth it? Yeah, let's get our rock characters back there. Keep throwing weapons. You guys keep engaging here versus these guys. I think the back objective is going to be more our friend here for sure. And yeah, we just need to keep waddling after them. All right, so we do get the double Fury on top of these guys, but that doesn't feel super cost effective for me. And it looks like he maybe is going to find a way to get this objective back. We do get the throwing weapon damage, which is nice. Furies are trying their best. Let's get these Furies back, pull you back, and we do get the rock characters here. So maybe he's going to be able to help a little bit. Yeah, we need to get the Pestigore unit into combat here. That's going to be uber important. The throwing weapons, just still nibbling away. We do have the Nurglings for a little bit of capture weight. No threats on the back objectives. Let's get you over here. And we do have some points to call in again. So I think just the back objective play is really our best friend here. It seems to be the only thing that's really working for us. Value is close. I do have some healing, but not as much as I would like. That is for damn sure. Let's get the Pestigores moving up. So yes, and you guys can go after the Kossars here. Let's get the throwing axes back there. Meanwhile, the Nurglings can keep partying over here. So another great weapon. Do I want to call in the Plague Ogres for the back point? That seems like it could be an interesting idea. Let's get these Furies back and go after the Ice Witch here. So that's going to be nice. And we can cast a Miasma Pestilence on you. Get those guys fighting and kite them a little bit. And we can also use the Curse of the Slug to slow them down. And attack here. All right, so we do have this. Those are some things in the woods. Our sorcerer does get some fat damage there. And we should have a couple more units on their way over. Did they just not move? Oh, that's not good. I might have actually left them there. All right, so we're going to attack here. Probably an overcast is going to be warranted. So we're going to do a nice little overcast right there. Let's get the Great Weapons moving in. Park you guys like so. And the Nurglings, we're able to get the job done here. So that is good for us. In the meantime, we can send some Pesties up to the front to make sure we don't lose the back objective. Otherwise, that could be very, very dodgy. So we need to win this fight here. The Great Weapons will be very good, and we do have more weight coming in. That is for sure. We do start to get the capture weight advantage, and the Rot Beast character is very good. Pestigores are also excellent against Cav. So do we loop around the side? These guys are actually out of ammo. They are providing nice capture weight, so I think we just charge to make sure they can't retreat. Keep the Great Weapons going, and he must have actually called it a natural Snow Leopard, which is interesting. All right, so we got this coming. He was thinking about doing the back objective. Let's pull back and pull back here. So dodge and dodge. And I think we're mostly going to dodge it. It's going to tickle the pickle of one of my units here, but really not too bad. So that's just a Snow Leopard there. Yeah, we need to reclaim this objective. I don't know if we're quite in a situation where we could win on just one right now. Let's pull you guys back into the trees. We got Nurglings coming in to provide a little bit of buffering. And let's attack right there. All right, so do we need Furies on the backside point? I don't know if we do. Doesn't look like it. I think we're okay for now. Okay, do we want to attack? We do have the infantry support coming in. Yeah, 2 units of great weapons are going to be very, very tricky for him to deal with. On the backside, we do have this guy, and those are the Watchmen of the Night, Armored Cossars. Okay, so we might actually need some milk over here on this side. So we're going to call in a Fury to make sure that that doesn't go too badly, because otherwise, you know, that could be a game-losing play, right? So the Nurglings are on the point. They're not going to be amazing here, but the other infantry, when they arrive, will be, because they're great weapons. So we're going to bring them up and continue trying this bump and grind here. Let's go ahead and slow them down a little bit. Very good, and we can do a big stream of corruption right there. That's going to be fat damage. So that hits a lot of units. Nice, nice. That is great. And we have 2 great weapon units moving on to the point now. A couple horsemen nearby as well. And let's go ahead and see what's cooking on this objective. So it looks like a bit of pressure. We're going to need to hold this, though, for sure. We have a lot of time to grind this game out. So let's get another Pestigore over there. Let's get you here. Attack those guys. And cool. Now we're moving out, move out, and move out. So we need to charge to make sure they can't, like, kite me and cause a lot of drama. I'm going to have another stream of corruption here soon. But firstly, let's just debuff these guys. And you guys go here. You guys go here. Let's get the great weapons going there too. You guys dive into the archers. And great. So the great weapons have arrived. So let's get a Fury down here too. Should be able to do the job. And in the meantime, the Furies have been able to tear it up, which is great. And we actually have an opportunity here to maybe compromise his missile line a little bit. Those Griffin Legion are unbreakable right now. Let's go for this and this and call you on top of the Streltsy first. Okay. So this fight down here is a little bit messy. The great weapons are doing all right, but I think Kislev might be outgrinding us down here. We definitely need to win at least one of these engagements. So we're going to jump here, get the great weapons diving, get you diving, pull these guys in, get a Poison Hound unit to come across as well, and hopefully be able to rip it apart. So how are our great weapon boys doing? They're not doing as good as I would like, that's for sure. Did we just pull back and go for the back point now? I think we maybe do. So we just commit to this back engagement, and hopefully we can win it. Not going to be easy, that's for damn sure. So let's get on the Wolfhearts, and let's get the Poison Hounds to jump on. Yeah, that Streltsy line there is very problematic. Okay, so we at least are holding our point here, which is good. The Sorcerer Lord is going to abandon the back objective, and we're just going to kind of hunker down here and try and value trade on the home point, which I think is going to be the play. Let's get another Poison Hound, and the Poison Hounds can jump there. Okay, those guys are compromised already, so we need to get this going. Yeah, we need to shut down these damn guns. Okay, so let's get you. Do a little bit of this. Stream of Corruption should be pretty nice. The great weapons are value trading well, I would say. Yeah, the back pressure did not go as planned, so we're going to call you guys back this way and get the Sorcerer character to start battling it out here. And now we start pushing the front. We have, like I said, plenty of time to do that. So we're going to want some more of you. Streltsy are going to get nibbled on by the Hounds, which is going to be very cost effective. This is a real Snow Leopard, actually. Okay. I thought it was his summon, but I had remembered he had used that earlier. Yeah. All right, let's get a great open boy coming out. Cool. So we do get a lot of his missiles. They do get tied up in melee here, which is great. Good value for us. And Stream of Corruption. Yep, let's just keep taking these Streltsy down, get more great open boys coming in, and we should have some in the bushes back here to potentially threaten his back point. So we're going to get you guys fighting there. And cool. So the Nurgle Sorcerer doing some good work. He's going to win as it currently stands. So we need to do a little bit more. That Blizzard's going to hurt very, very badly, so we're going to try and escape it. All right, so we do partially escape, but for the most part, he gets us pretty good with it. All right, so let's head over here. Let's do this. Let's have our character just fight the Beowulfs, and the Hound units can go after this. Let's get the big old Nurglings rolling up. And a lot of Kislev infantry here, that is for sure. They are all over the place. I maybe should even go for like a back cap again, because I feel like I got this one on lock. You know, it's going all right. The Nurgle Sorcerer is fighting all right. That's with the Snow Leopard too. Ugh, that's rough. The Snow Leopard is going to be a problem there. All right, so the Great Weapons have gotten a good flank here. We're going to jump on the Watchmen of the Night, and you guys, yeah, not going to make it super far. Back on the back point here, let's do this, and we can send a Nurgling up to the back objective there. We're going to have to threaten on multiple angles on this battlefield. Yeah, we're going to have to get a couple good caps here. But we do manage to hold on to the back objective, but he would win on 2 just barely. So I need to make some ground here. All right, let's do a Stream of Corruption right there. See if we can bonk him on the head. And we do get a good little cast, which isn't bad. How's this position looking? We do have some Zargard with great weapons coming. They should not be too hard to deal with, I don't think. Like, how am I so far up in value, yet his army is so much bigger? Maybe it's not tracking his blizzards or something? Because I'm up 10.4. Like, that looks like it should be a massacre, but it's not, you know? That's the weird thing. All right, so the Nurglings are going to be going for the back point. We're going to waddle over there as well. This objective holding is going to be tough. Let's go ahead and slow down the Zargard a little bit. And cool. In the meantime, you guys do this. And awesome, awesome. We're going to go ahead and call in a throwing axe, and the throwing axe is going to bounce over and do some battle there. All right, so we do get back here. We got you guys rolling. The pathing on that unit we took was not good. It was unfortunate for sure. We're going to go ahead and loop back this way. Just keep kiting with this unit, and the Great Weapon boys can go fight here. Like I feel like he's got so many resources, and we're just like struggle city right here. All right, so the 2 Hound units, we're going to need them alive, so let's try and retreat them back. My Nurgle Sorcerer is being a Chad. He's actually tanking very, very well for us here. Let's get the Great Weapons going, and do I want to call in some Furies? I think we just want Marauder Horsemen. So we just need to capture an objective for like a short period of time, and maybe we're going to be okay from there, you know? Maybe. Throwing weapons are countering that unit, and the Hound units have... Yeah, I think he just got us. Like, we don't have a lot, right? We don't have a lot. We do have this, like, last gambit on the back objective, but, like, it's just Nurglings, you know? They're not going to be able to do a whole lot here. Okay, so we basically just needed to hold for a little bit longer, and that was the conundrum of it all. All right, let's get you out. Is there any way we're going to be able to get the middle? We do get the throwing weapons there. Hounds can come across. We're going to need something to deal with that, but I don't think we're going to get it. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Very, very strong opponent here, but very winnable game. We just needed to play the objectives a little bit better early on, and I think we're okay. All right, so Hound units, yeah, let's get them over here, park them on the objective, and we can get another throwing axe unit, come across here, do this, get you guys running this way, and continue with the throwing weapons. All right, so yeah, the Mordheim Beowulfs are trolling pretty good. We do have our goblins in the tree line. They'll definitely fight better in the trees than they will outside. My opponent going to pass me in points right now, and he's also probably going to steal my back objective, I'm thinking. All right, so let's go ahead and slow them down. This is going to be really haggard, but we're desperate. We need to just do this. Yeah, probably GG. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the points back, especially with my Nurgle Sorcerer Lord running away. Okay, so you guys come down here. Let's keep loop. So this is some MLG tactics right here. We basically just keep looping around the point to keep them from capturing it. We'll get these hounds on the objective too. Really close match, dude. Really close. If we just hold the point a little bit longer, you know, we potentially win that game. But he did a good job pushing us off in an efficient manner, right? I think a big mistake I made that probably cost me the game was when I had his back objective, I started sending units to the middle. And what that did is it basically just gave him farming real estate, whereas he was really struggling to hold his back objective. If I just kept sending the Pestigores there, I think we're in good shape. Really well played. Great game. It was super fun. Value, not counting Furies and Nurglings crumble. That's true. That's probably true. There's a couple other things it doesn't track well. GG, well played. Okay. Fun one. Good luck in next round. Port that score, G. And win all 3 of your games, please. I'm telling him, I'm like, go win your game so I can still qualify for top 4. All right, so I need to do a little bit of admin work on Total Tavern. Good game, really good match. I think just losing all 3 Chaos Warriors to the Vortex. Yeah, arguably the Chaos Warriors were a mistake too. I mean, if he goes with a different lore of Magic, if I go cheaper, Vortex is not as good, but the Warriors were expensive. So that was unfortunate for us. Okay, Romulan needs his buy round. People should be finishing soon. I mean, that was a really long game. I'm surprised that there's still people playing. Yeah. No, I needed to... No, shields are... I think the Great Weapons are preferable. The build was fine. It was the execution which was not. I needed to just keep... I should have... And another good idea is I should have had the Chaos Warriors go through the woods. The Chaos Warriors should have been the back pushing unit, and I should have just led with Marauders and shielded Marauders. Maybe like a slight adjustment, like something like this. Just to have some shields in the front. And then aside from that, I mean, yeah, we just needed to hold on to the back objective. Exalted Heroes are very good there, Andy. Honestly, there's like 4 or 5 different builds Nurgle can do against Kislev, and they'll be functional. Yeah. Snowcat carried me versus your Lord. Almost didn't bring one. Yeah. Snowcat rules, dude. Snowcat is very, very good. He is good at just harassing Nurgle characters. But yeah, the more meta build probably would be hero-centric, but hero builds can be picked apart by like Streltsy gunlines. So a little bit tricky. So round 2, who do we have for round 2? The faction I'm going to be playing next, I think, is Empire. Let me check. Yeah, I'm playing Empire next. Oh, man. So looking at the docket, there's a lot of people. Yeah, build was good, user error. Correct. That is the best way to describe it, in my opinion. I can actually pull up the document and you guys can see everybody's factions for tonight. That'll be fun. Okay, so faction selection. It's not an SFT, it's different. Yeah, we're playing a different format, which I honestly like because sometimes playing an SFT, it's like you get the itch to play different factions. So factions, it's a really shitty graphic, but it'll still give you guys an idea of what's cooking here. All right, there we are. I think this is it. Yeah, there we are. All right, so that is everybody's factions that's playing tonight. So you can see myself. I have Nurgle, Empire, Warriors of Chaos, Chorfs, Kislev. I actually would feel exponentially more confident against Kislev with Warriors of Chaos. They actually, I think, can really beat up Kislev pretty bad. Empire is my second one. Warriors of Chaos, Chorfs, Kislev, and then Greenskins in the grand finals. And you can see what everybody else has picked as well. So these are all the players playing tonight. I feel like saving up for Rock Glorious Rout would have been more impactful. Maybe. Yeah, the spell's all right. He wasn't really super bunched up, I don't think. Yeah. You only feel confident with one faction. Yeah, this is good practice, though. You know, you can get in there and learn some different factions and get some diverse experience. It's good. Because if you want to be like a competitive player at a higher level, you need to play at least like 3 or 5 factions at a high level, I would say, to be able to compete. 3 is like the bare minimum. But the risk of only knowing 3 factions is that you can get karate chopped with what's it called? With the bans, like in a pick 3 ban 1 or like a 3x3. Yeah, but those are the factions. Look at my record on Total Tavern. I'm only user error. Oh, got it. Yeah. Yeah, the build was fine, though. I think totally okay. I mean, changes. You could arguably go with like a Nurgle shield wall backed up by a great weapon wall. Like super. You know, honestly, this kind of Unga is probably would have been able to win that. Like something like this. And then you just get like a bare bones caster. You know, you just get your Nurgle Sorcerer and just spam spells. Like this is really obnoxious to play against. And I think this build would have actually won. But, you know, that's why you play these games. Because you learn, realize your mistakes, see what didn't go well. You know, the Chaos Warriors were ambitious, but they just basically threw the game for me and gave him free value. Yeah, I think that's where we paid the troll toll. So next up we have Edge of the Darkwood, which is a cool map. It is basically, it's a 2.0. Okay, excuse me, Borderlow Landing 2.0 with a little bit of a grim, dark aesthetic. All right, cool, let's fire it up. If only Nurgle had Biggins. Yeah, you got other options, man. Your great weapons are good enough against bigger threats. All right, so let's do this. We're refreshing. And let's advance the Swiss. Okay, advancing, here we go. Thank you guys for joining tonight. It's been fun so far. We got Subutai, my boy. All right. Oh, I love it, yeah. Yeah, agreed. Bob saying he likes the format. I agree as well. I hope Subutai is not on like Khorne or something. Khorne, dude, I have just not been able to beat Khorne with Empire. It's been rough, dude. I was practicing with Outer Region last night and like, God, man, it's like Empire just, I don't even know if they can beat Khorne at like an equal skill level, maybe. All right. So we got Subutai in here. We're going to be on the Sons of Sigmar this time. I'm a little bit rusty with them, to be honest. I've been giving into the Dark Gods a little bit too much lately, and Sigmar has been punishing me by giving me losses. All right. Cool. I've forgotten the name of the ROR Rogue Idol. So have I, actually. Now that you bring it up, I'm like, I don't quite remember that. All right. Subutai is playing what? He is playing Beastmen in round 2, the classic. Okay. Empire versus Beastmen. I have started a 40k army due to your demonic influence, and I'm currently in painting jail. Yeah, it's a lot, dude. It's a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. All right, so we got the Beastmen here. We're going to start on our build, and let's get sent down to the pits of 0-2. Easy to feed Empire. Okay, cool. Talking to Subutai there. That is the faction blocker. We need to get Wookiee up there. All right, so we got the Beastmen. Yes, they are in the woods, so that is very, very frightening. You gotta put some respect on them. What is the Beastmen meta? It's just gonna be Khorne. He's gonna just bring like mass Khorne Gores and shit, right? Yeah, it's gonna be Khorne Gore City. That's gonna be very annoying to deal with. And for the Lord choice, let's go with you. And yeah, I think that's fine more or less. Do we want to bring this? Probably not a bad idea. And then we need you as well. Yeah, so probably going to be Corngore City, I think. That would be my guess. Okay, is there any way to save a little bit of dough here? How much is that spell? Ugh, it's expensive. Yes, give it to me. Mortar wagons or riot? No, yeah, he can bring 4 Corngores, though. Yes, it is. Franz is good here. Boris is all right. You know, the Master Engineer is good. Balthazar Gelt is fine. You actually have a lot of options in this matchup. Yeah, you're definitely not limited. So we'll get this. And now for our next Disappearing Act, we're going to mix these infantry in. Get you in. And this is still a matchup, though, even despite the Corngores, you want to bring the heavy cav. Okay, why are we over here? Let's see here. All right, got it. Go wide with a Firecaster and late Terror, no Artie. Yeah, no, I probably won't bring any artillery here. It's just too much drama protecting it from the Beastmen. Honestly, it's a pain in the butt. Yeah, I have an idea though of the builds. I'm definitely missing some key elements, but I think I need those guys. I like that a lot. The Volkswagen, yeah, the Volkswagen is always good. You definitely want to get the Volkswagen in the olden days. I don't know about now. Okay. Looking fine. Do we need Knights of the Black Rose for any reason? I don't think so. Basically, you just need to fight Centaurs is really the big thing. Centaurs are a pain in the butt. All right. So that looks good. Yeah, and then for the main army, what do we got? We got a bit left. The Cursed Blocker. Dude, Wookiee is doing a great job. You watch it. You watch it there. Okay. And it looks like everybody else has their matchup. So this is a do or die for us. If we lose this game, we're pretty much memeing the rest of the tournament. Not memeing, but the stakes won't really matter as much at that point if we lose this. Yes, I think that's actually not a bad idea. We do have to worry about Raider shooting. Raider shooting is very annoying. Okay, and we can throw in one of you. What's the range on that? 130? Yeah, there we go. All right, that looks fine to me. Cool. So reinforcements, you have to have grenade launchers. That is an absolutely mandatory pick. Otherwise, you're going to pay the troll toll. What breed was Wookiee? I have no idea. We think he was like an Affenpinscher Pug mix, something like that. That's what he was. Yeah, he's a noble creature, though, for sure. Okay, so do we want Reichsguard Knights? Knights of the Blazing Sun are always pretty badass in this matchup. They can definitely run down the filthy beasts. And 2 of you. All right, I think this will do. Yeah, I don't hate this build. Any form of non-mounted rampage is a weakness. Pistoliers and Outriders I found work well here. Yeah, they're not bad. Pistoliers are actually quite good. Wagons are good here too. Wagons are like old school, but they actually still work. So we're trying a mechanized Sigmar build. Not too hard in the paint, like we're not using land shape or anything like that. Give me 2 of the pits. Yeah. All right. So then we got, after this game, we play my best faction. My number 1 faction in competitive play is Warriors of Chaos. Number 2 is probably Nurgle. Number 3 would probably be Greenskins. Number 4 would probably be Chorfs. Kislev would be number 5. Empire, honestly, I'm not that good at these days. I feel like I've lost my way with them. How about flying artillery? Yeah, no Thunderbarge here, unfortunately. Yeah, no Thunderbarge. By the way, Thunderbarges are allowed tonight. I don't know if that was an over. I'm like, oh, maybe that was a mistake. We'll see. But I don't know. They're pretty damn expensive, and they give up a lot of agency. In land battle, they're more problematic. All right. Let's get this. Let's get this. And so we got wagons. We got a steam tank. We have a life caster. You know, very, very unga-bunga here. And we're going to be having our spearmen with shields in the front line. We're going to send halberds to the backfield because he's obviously going to go for my back objective pretty hard. So we're going to entrench that pretty well. All right, so we got you guys. And the Grundle's defenders can... we got a single crossbow unit just to give me some agency. And we're going to defend it with a spear unit. Okay, so let's get you, and you. Put you in group 3. And maybe 4, and you in 3. Cool. So we're going to see how this goes. Yeah, we're going to see if the wagons can get some good sniping. We're going to send halberds to the backside. He's obviously going to press the objectives. I don't have like super fast capture, but yeah, I'm curious to see how this will go. Yeah, orcs are really fun. Orcs are, they're fun because they're really balanced. You know? The orcs got their new stuff. They got their new update, but their stuff is like fair and balanced. It's not like Khorne and ogres are a little problematic, you know? In my opinion, I think they're a little bit OP. Okay. Let's see how this game goes. Really, really not sure. I mean, Empire's so diverse. You have so many factions you could choose from. It's going to be Morker. Morker the Pimp Claw. Okay. I don't really have a good tool for killing him. It's going to be tough. So we need to find a way. So obviously not going to go for a back cap on the Beastmen. That would be foolish. Collins, we need to see what he's got. He's going to go for the back objective play. Oh, we have a Gorbel. Okay, so we do have a good target for the wagons. The back objective capture is on, so he is there. We're going to go ahead and send some free company out there because they can help push those guys back. And the steam tank is going to go ahead and turn about face. And we could go threat in the middle at least. That's probably a good idea, is to go threat in the middle. And in the meantime, all of you guys are going to advance up on that point. All right, so there we go. And we're going to make a play for it. Demogorgon Knight ROR is going to be the next call-in. There are a lot of Khorne Gores, which are very Thunderbolts and Lightning, very frightening. We do see some Vanguarding boys getting up on that point, but I just need to get this just quick enough. Nice Steam Tank Commander getting a beautiful shot right there, so that is his job. He's doing a good job. The objective, if we could delay the capture here for a little bit longer, that'd be great. We're going to just keep rolling with the Steam Tank and taking shots where we can. And hope for the best. All right, so we do see these guys. I need to take fire at will off. I just need to prevent them from capturing while my main army moves up. We do see Khorne Gores. I'm going to take some pot shots at Gorbel here, and we move up and grab this. Cool. And yeah, now we do have the capture weight advantage. Gorbel is taking a little bit of damage. He's hiding behind the pillar, it looks like, which is a good tactic, but even still, we do get a lot of damage on Gorbel. And the Steam Tank Commander is going to keep rolling up. And now we do get ambushed in the woods. So it's going to be Ungor herds. The Ungor Ungabunga is here. All right, so let's send you over. Looking good. We continue poking Gorbel and do this. Let's get our caster set up between the two ranks here. Fall back, fall back. And now we're going to go ahead and start getting grenades over here to help out. While the Steam Tank Commander will go make his presence known, and the rest of the State Troopers are going to advance up on the objective here. All right, looking great. So pull back. Let's put shots here. We're going to get the grenade launchers going. There's going to be some foul shadow magic. Steam Tank Commander can use the pigeon bombs right there. Hopefully do some work against them. And we're going to need to call in some heavy cav here in a minute, most likely. All right, so the shooting is on. Yes. Grenade launchers can shoot about here. And the war wagons are going to come this direction as well, provide a little bit of support. Meanwhile, you guys just shoot here. All right, so he's going to make a play for the sides. We need to get some heavy cav in here now. Some Knights of the Blazing Sun, preferably, would be very, very good. Steam Tank Commander has arrived, so he's going to keep rolling through here. And now let's get these guys and actually try and snipe his character here. That's going to be very, very strong. All right, wagons pull back. The mobility is certainly no joke, so we're going to pull some of you guys this way and help out a little bit. Pull back the grenade launchers, get you moving in there, and yeah, hopefully the Tank Commander is going to be able to cause some havoc, for sure, although he's a little bit vulnerable against some of the threats that we do face here. All right, we need to put fire at will back on and start just blasting whatever we can, and let's get the Spearmen to go right here, you to go right here, get these archers back, and we need to come and prepare for some healing here. All right. So grenade launchers on the Khorne Gores, that's going to be pretty necessary. Let's pull you back down here and have you run those guys down. In the meantime, wagons, just keep shooting and keep doing your job. You're doing a good job, boys. All right, let's drop a heal here. It's got to be very cost effective, and the grenade launchers can keep shooting. Let's retreat back, and how are the Knights of the Blazing Sun doing? Pretty good little flank charge right there. Pretty damn good. So crossbows are going to run, and we do see some nastiness. We could actually, do we want to go for that? I don't think so. Let's just kind of keep trying to snipe out Gorbel if possible. Let's get our wizard back, get the steam tank kind of rolling back this way. So he's going for like an objective stuffing strategy, but I just need to value farm him basically and see if we can live long and prosper here. All right, Knights of the Blazing Sun need to peace out because this fight is very bad for us all of a sudden. Could have been a game-losing play right there. That was pretty disastrous. The Beastmen obviously have really, really good initiative. They're going to be very fast, very furious out of the gates. Knights of the Blazing Sun need to retreat because they got caught up in Khorne Gores, which feels bad. So let's get the Khorne Gores going here. Let's get you guys going here too. Do a little bit of this, and now you're going to retreat here. And we've almost got the Gorbel dead. The Gorbel is pretty close to dying. If we could snipe that bad boy, that's going to be Bread City for us, for sure. The Knights of the Blazing Sun have almost gotten away, so we need to run to like the absolute corner here just to get into a better situation. All right, the grenade launchers we got a little bit greedy with. And how are the wagons doing? The wagons seem to be in okay shape. Those spawn will be disappearing soon. Tank Commander just running about, causing tons of havoc, basically. And the Knights of the Blazing Sun need to run to the edge of the map. And we do get the terror out there, which is great. So now let's just keep the wagon brigade pulling back, get these guys back. And thankfully, like this entire time, guys, we're holding on to one objective. So the fact that he hasn't like capped us too hard is really going to allow us to have a good chance in this game. All right, so we're going to just cannonball you to the face You get the wagons to do this. The spawn are going to be disappearing soon, I think. Yeah, he's got 5 seconds left. So we're going to go for a snipe on his wizard. You guys, in the meantime, grenade launch this guy. If we can get a snipe on his wizard, that's going to be just that's going to be so freaking good. Let's get some Knights of the Blazing Sun. Call him in to run down these Ungor herds. And yeah, we've almost got his caster. We've almost got him dead to rights. In the woods, we got Khorne Gors battling it out versus my heavy cab, which sucks. But yeah, his wizard is looking worse for wear, for sure. He does get that nice mel cost on us, which feels bad. But now we can drop a fat heal right here. So let's do a heal on the wagons. Looking good. So we need to make sure his wizard gets escorted off the battlefield. Knights of the Blazing Sun got a good charge. And now I think I win. I think we're in a winning position. Yeah, Sigmar is preserving us. We're going to cast the heal here, get his wizard off the battlefield. That's going to be pretty painful. All right, so I am in danger of losing the middle objective. We do keep 1 grenade launcher online, so let's go salvo here, get the war wagons over there, and you guys can move up like so. We still have capture weight here, so let's get halberds on the way. So we're going to need to redouble down on that objective. I don't think he captured his back objective, so that's pretty rough for him, for sure. Let's get the wagons coming in, the heavy cav coming in. The stank commander can just charge, and the wagons are able to get a nice charge there. We're going to pull our crossbows up. So we just need to maintain on the middle a little bit longer. And yeah. Oh, no, he did. He did not capture the back objective. I don't think it would have saved him, but it's definitely a big misplay. Definitely a very big misplay. All right, so tank commander, roll in. He can restock some of the wagons too, by the way, which is badass. So it's a really, really cool strategy as well. So let's do this. Get the healing going and move up on the point. Grenade launcher needs to deal with this. And the middle, we don't want to lose that. So we get the Knights of the Blazing Sun over there, I think. All right. So Khorne is going for a lot of pressure here. Let's do this. And grenade launch. You guys go to the back point here. We got Free Company Militia. We're actually going to just probably press the middle, I think is going to be better. Yeah, let's just go all full court press here. All right, so the grenades are our best answer against the Khorne Gors, for sure. Otherwise, we don't really have good answers for them. So the Knights of the Blazing Sun going to get a big charge and should break through that Beastmen formation pretty well, I do dare say. We have some spearmen who've rallied. Let's get them back up here. We do maintain the capture weight. And now the Khorne Gors are getting eviscerated. So the shooting is doing a lot. And we need to just keep the grenade launcher pressure up. So Knights of the Blazing Sun do maintain some cap weight. Let's get back on that point. Get back on the point. He's going to get his back objective now, maybe. I'm not sure, but... yeah, so if he had the back objective, he would have like 700 points right now. So we'll be able to kind of gauge at the end of the game if it would have made a difference. All right, so wagons, roll over. And do we have anything we can call back here? Probably just get the slow push going since we have a shit ton of time. All right, so let's get you there. Let's do the pigeon bombs right here. Let's get the firepower going on these guys. And on the middle point, we do manage to fold up a lot of the Beastmen pressure. Let's get the Knights of the Blazing Sun back. So Khorne Gors and Knights of the Blazing Sun can actually go and threaten his back objective. I think that's going to be a good play. All right, so the tank commander is getting it done. I blundered the grenade launchers like an absolute potato. I don't remember giving them that order, I swear. I didn't do it. And let's go ahead and restock you. Get the terror routes, hopefully. Crossbows are doing good, and the Knights of the Blazing Sun are on their way. So Morker does get his second spawn summon, which is a little bit scary. Shoot the Khorne Gors, Halberdiers. Knights of the Blazing Sun need to keep retreating. I don't know what the hell they're stuck on, but they are for sure stuck on something. All right, on the point you go. We blunder that like an absolute potato. We're going to need more grenade launchers for sure. We are massively up in value. There's going to come a time where he's going to start suffering pretty bad in terms of the battlefield status. Like back here, this looks to be a pretty good route. I think the Demogryph Knight ROR would be pretty brutal here. And we want to be restocking our wagons and giving them more ammo. It's one of the nice benefits of this character. All right, let's head to the middle. Head to the middle here. We do have Halberdiers coming. Knights of the Blazing Sun, are they going to be our go-to choice? Maybe. Khorne Gors will not trade. I mean, they will beat a halberd, but from a cost perspective, it's actually not too bad. I think just a Knight of the Blazing Sun is going to be better, actually. Yeah, because he's still got pressure on my back objective, which is a little bit scary. Let's keep shooting you guys. Keep our Jade Wizard over here. We can drop an Earthblood on these, you know, get a little bit of that dual healing action going. And they do get forced into the tree line, so now we can move up here. The spawn should be disappearing in 10 seconds. Okay, so they're going to be gone in 10 seconds. Now we just need to grind him out on the middle. All right, so moving up, we'll shoot you and get the halberds to go there. The Jade Wizard can come down here and attack the Grog Hooves, and we'll keep the tank here while the wagons can relocate to the middle. Take you down, pull you back a little bit, and all right. So we have some time, not the most. We're going to have to be careful here, that's for sure. The damn Khorne Gors and their unbreakable shit is not fun to deal with. So Stank Commander needs to roll there, and we need to just get the Armored Will of Sigmar over to the middle, right? All right, so up on the point we go. Wagons, we're able to get a snipe on quite a bit. Let's shoot here. Let's get the heavy cav coming in and just start running down these other targets. And the Khorne Gors need to be the epicenter of our focus. All right, grenade launcher, come out. And cool. So this back point should be safe now. I don't think there's going to be any drama there. We can just kind of all in focus on the middle now, which hopefully will work out. So we do charge through the corn gores. I'm hoping we'll be able to get enough. And this wagon, how are we doing on ammunition? Okay, ammunition's looking sparse, but let's go ahead and ammo up on these guys. So yes, good. And Knights of the Blazing Sun here. We do get that nice charge, and let's pull through. And good. So these guys, let's go threaten his back objective and force him to react. I think that's going to be good. Grenade launchers right here. And I could have sworn I had a second Knight of the Blazing Sun here. I guess it was just this one. All right, so you come down here. We're going to need a little bit of this. A little bit of this. All right, our wizard is all right. Yes, he's in good shape still. We do manage to wreck those gores. These heavy cav can come down here. And yeah, you guys can go see what you can do on that objective for now. All right, so some of the beasts are going to try and get through our lines. Let's see if we can focus fire them a little bit. Points are getting a little bit dodgy for sure. He does call his caster back out. Yeah, so now this is like a point. This would be a lot closer for sure if he didn't forget his thing. I'm still in danger. You know, I'm still in some danger, but he does react to that. Okay, so he pulls that back here. We're going to go ahead and get a big cav charge right there. Jump on this. He's got corn gores coming in for days. So we need to get those damn grenades online, dude. Oh my god, these grog hooves boys are just so nasty. Okay, so we get a cav charge there. Let's bounce across this way. We're going to threaten the back point, but he reacts to it, so now we just kind of pull back here. We still have some halberds in the objective here, so should be able to hold that. All right, so let's move up. We got the double grenade launcher, so now we need to just protect the grenade launchers. That's basically going to be the job, because the grenade launchers are our only counter against the corn gore spam. Dude, corn gores make this matchup so freaking miserable. It's wild. Like, this was a fairly evenish matchup before, but I think that they just threw this matchup on its head for sure. Okay, so I'm going to need to reinforce that back point too. So we need to send some state troopers. Let's get them going. And you guys are on the point. And now we just try and bum rush this point here. All right, so the heavy cav have done good. Let's grenade launcher these guys. Keep the stanks rolling. Yeah, you guys keep going here. Good. Halberds should be able to hold down that back point. It's going to be a little bit dodgy. Okay, so the wagons are doing it. Let's get the corn gores to go here. In the meantime, I need to probably send a state trooper tied to his back objective just in case it becomes that kind of a game, and hope for the best. All right, so let's get the wagons coming in. Yeah, those corn gores are almost dead. Grenade launchers salvo them down. You guys move up here, and on the back point, we get you guys going there to support that. Can't afford to lose it. The wagons are basically just going to be Walmart battering rams now, you know? That's going to be a big explosion there, so we want to retreat from that if possible. Great. I don't know. Have you guys noticed a weird thing where like range units seem to be getting into melee more now? I don't know what's going on with that, but it is super troll. All right, tank commander. Let's get him in. Get him ramming. Get you up too. Back objective is looking a little bit cagey. Looking a little bit funky there. All right, so Knights of the Blazing Sun. They can go to the back point if they want to. The tank commander is going to keep chasing here. So how's our capture weight looking? Yeah, these are corn gores. Yeah, very scary. It looks like our caster did die, so getting him back, I think, is a worthy call. Yeah, we might still not be able to do this, despite having a big value lead. Let's take our wagons to the back point just for capture weight, and we can just kind of hopefully use the tank commander to wrestle the middle from him. It's not going to be easy for sure, but we will try our best. All right, grenade launchers. The back objective is dodgy as hell. Let's get you guys doing this, you guys doing this. Yeah, man, we could lose this game, 100%. 100%. All right, so you get to the back objective, you guys get there. It's going to be very tight. Corn gores are so annoying. Oh my god. Okay, so what do we got now? We should be able to get to this point and maintain the capture. If we actually don't get there, we potentially lose this. And then, yeah, I mean, we have a little bit of time to work with, but not too much. One war wagon does arrive there. Tank commander is going to be trying his best. Let's get you guys to just continue chasing this guy off the battlefield, escort that wizard off again. And we try and get his back objective. We do have the 2 troopers arriving over here. Did those troopers arrive? They did, but they don't have a lot of stopping power, that is for sure. Not too much reinforcements either. Knights of the Blazing Sun are nearby. Maybe going to be able to steal the back point. Tank commander is going to try his best, but getting worker off that point is not going to be easy. I need these guys to hold for Sigmar, for sure. They need to hold for Sigmar. His caster is being escorted, but I probably need that unit, right? Yeah, I think I do. All right, let's move up on the point. Move up here. And, yeah, we're just going to keep the tank here as, like, perpetual pressure. I think we probably stabilized on the back point, so maybe we can take the Blazing Suns over to the middle. Yeah, so that character, I don't think we can afford to chase it around. We do have the back pressure. We have you. Knights of the Blazing Sun should trade pretty damn well here, but double corn gore coming out of the Vanguard is so nasty. Was our wizard on foot this entire time? Shit, I didn't remember that. Okay, how are we looking here? Yeah, spearmen are trying. Blazing Suns need to come over here. I think we lose. We for sure lose. Man, it's crazy. We're so far ahead on value, but like I feel like something's not tracking. There's got to be some funny business not tracking here. All right, so let's get you up on the point, get you on the point. Tank Commander is going to try his best. We get the Jade Wizard and you on the point there too. So we have an option to get that. We're going to need to find a way to get this objective. We got the Spearman coming, but man, he's got just like corn gores everywhere. They really screw this matchup up, dude. It's rough. All right, so those guys have been routed off. We got 1,300 here to try and get this back. Just throw a regrowth on these grenade launchers. I don't care at this point. We got to do what we got to do. All right, so Tank Commander is able to chase them off. The back objective, we do get the capture weight there, so that's good. At least that's going for us. And the middle is going for us, and the back point is probably not going to be in time. So even if we do get the other two, yeah, the corn gorge should start crushing us here. Man, they're so nasty, dude. I don't know. Yeah, I have to change the build. I have to bring like great swords or something, because otherwise it's just it's not going to happen. Granted, he deserved to win this game a long time ago. I would hate to win on him just forgetting to capture an objective. So I'm happy the outcome was like this, but definitely need to go back to the drawing board. It felt very good early. Probably winnable with slightly cleaner grenade launcher micro, I think. Yeah, GG, dude. Rough start. So we need to win our next two. GG, well played. Let me find him. GG, well played. You gotta capture that back objective, bro. I'm telling him, I'm like, you gotta capture that back objective. Yeah. He probably, you noticed, yeah. Because he should have won that game a lot sooner. As far as our army performance goes, I mean, the Tank Commander was an absolute chad. The wagons got 1,200. They all paid for themselves. Like, everything seemed to do well. The heavy cav were probably our weak link, I think. So maybe just, like, ignore the heavy cav. Because he didn't bring anything to kill, like, greatswords effectively. Although Centaurs with throwing axes and shadow magic would be pretty good, too. I'm not sure. I thought my unit already captured it, of course. Cores are pretty. Destroys all of those cav. Yeah, the corn gores change it though, because historically with Beastmen, you would just run over their gores with Knights of the Blazing Sun or heavy cav in the late game, and that's how you win. But you can't do that anymore. I don't know how you would. I don't know how you would change it, to be honest. Like everything seemed to perform well. Mark of Corn gives extra armor plus frenzy. Does it give it armor? I don't think it gives armor. Yeah, 1,300 here, 360 and 208. These were the ones that got grenade launched into the Shadow Realm. Yeah, and they also become unbreakable too, so you can't bunker bust them. They're very tough to get rid of. Let's see. Not surprised. Some fat milks. Okay, so now we got to we got to win our next two games just for our dignity, you know? We got to do it. In the last tournament, we got to like the grand finals, I think, or the semifinals. We got to claw our way back up, man. I've been chosen for the bedtime stream. Yes, I'm glad to hear it. All right, so let's see what's cooking here. Yeah, happy cow noises for sure. I'll win. Okay, so let's see what's cooking here. I just cannot win with Empire anymore, man. I've been losing with them nonstop. Pit of Shades is bugged right now, and it's possible. Oh, was he using Pit of Shades? Oh, did he use Pit? Is that what was doing so much damage? The bugged Pit of Shades? I forgot. That needs to be banned. Well, I'm not going to change it now, but that shit is super broken. Did CA fix it? They must have fixed it, right? Let me see if it's still heat-seeking. Hopefully they caught that. So let's get our Shadowcaster. The Tank Commander was a good choice, but I think we needed to change the rest of the build. Okay. So it's going to be a Shadowcaster. We're going to get him with an Empire character here. And then I think we, like, if we had had a Shadowcaster too, but the Corn Gores have a ton of still bugged with heat-seeking. Yeah, that could have been a big problem too, because I tried to dodge Pit of Shades, and I felt like it just wrecked me there. Yeah, I'll show you guys if it's. We're gonna find out if it's still bugged right now. Okay, so we got our Pit Caster. All right, here we go. Yeah, semis, I believe. Yeah, that's right. We got to the semis last time, but it is heat-seeking now. Let me test if it is still bugged. Yeah, that would explain why his magic was so effective against me, for sure. And, you know, if that wasn't bugged, potentially we win the game or have a game-winning situation. Though I think he wins regardless because he played the objectives well. He just forgot to capture it. Let's see if they fixed it. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, it's still bugged. That sucks. No, he didn't mean to do it. Of course not. Yeah, so see, it's heat-seeking, right? Like, you just click on it, and it just follows the unit. So even if this unit moves, it guarantees to hit them. I'll show you guys again in a second. Yeah. It's a targeted spell now. They just forgot to fix. Yeah, so we might need to ban Pit of Shades. Because, I mean, is it ban-worthy, though? Is it that different than Abuna? I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a 15 wins magic spell, but that didn't do that much against the Black Orcs. I don't know if it needs to be banned. Okay, see, look, you just click on the unit. There's no more vortex, like I can't drop it here and here. Yeah, you just click on the unit, yeah. And it just targets the unit. So, like for example, if you are chasing down some heavy cav, this is where it becomes very strong. Let me show you guys. So we're gonna get the Boar Boy cav. We're not gonna do sandbox mode. Let's put it on normal, perfect. And let's put it on some Boar Boys. All right, awesome. So it prints value. But forgot to fix in hotfix. All right. Yeah, let's see how this goes against the cav. I'm pretty sure it'll just stick on them. Okay, so Shadowcaster, we're gonna move them up. When the cav charges, you should replay. No, I don't care that much, dude. I don't care at all. I'm just here to have fun. We're just trying out the new format tonight. Okay, so the Boar Boys, we want them to charge, right? So, yeah, okay, the charge order's been given. Let's pause. And we're going to click Pit of Shades. So, yeah, so that's pretty freaking strong. Because you're, like, guaranteed to catch, like, a heavy cav unit. That's where it becomes pretty busted. It's, like, against mobile units that are pretty strong. All right. So let me announce to the players. Probably worth banning that because it's really cheesy. All right, let's find this. Okay, that was still a very fun game. So tournaments. Are we ready for the next round yet? Refreshing. It's a nerf for campaign pit uses, but it makes it super strong multiplayer. Well, overcasted Pit of Shades is still stationary, so it makes me think that it wasn't. And I'm pretty sure they said in the Discord that it was a mistake, and they just forgot to fix it. Okay, so we need to give this gentleman a buy round point. Yeah, very good against heavy cav. Would it hold a single entity? Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. How does it perform against like an SE or something? Now that it's like targeted? He got my grenades with Pit of Shades last game. Oh, that would explain why they died. Because normally Pit of Shades is a joke against those type of units. You could just dodge it. But okay, that explains a lot last game. Yeah, that explains a lot. I was like, why are my units just dying here? I thought it was a Melkos. Yeah. Okay. So probably gonna ban that. I think that's just too strong. Indeed. I'll just ban it for rest of tourney. Okay, so a little bit of admin work being done here. And where are you? Okay, and here we are. So tournaments. Let me tag the tournament players. Okay, that's the Blood Bowl section. And where are we at? Okay. Goblins. Pit of Shades is banned for the next rounds. Good luck. Okay, cool. So we got it banned. And there we are. Bob That Builder saying that it's 100% a bug. Yeah, it's okay, cool. It's been fixed, but it's going live on Friday. Got it. Okay, good. So we're only going to have to deal with this for a couple days. Not that it's like a super egregious issue, but okay. So where are we? Okay, so should be ready. I think there's one game still to go. And perfect. We're ready for the next round. Good luck, have fun. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, Josh, I get you. Yeah, no, it's I'm sure the other hosts have been banning it. I missed the wagon on that one. All right, let's see if we got a game for round 3 or if we got the dreaded bye round. We have the Chief Warlock. All right, let's get it. We won't have to deal with that in the semis and whatnot. Okay. So host game, and I think we're on Chorfs or Warriors of Chaos. Yeah, I think we're on Warriors of Chaos here. Okay, Chief Warlock. Yo. We're up. Prepare to face my Warriors of Chaos. Oh, dude, I'm so excited for this, by the way. The Blood Beasts. Oh, Blood Beasts of Khorne are such a game changer for Warriors of Chaos. Man, I've been having a lot of success in the training rounds with them. Okay, here we are. Sorry. Let's get the Chief Warlock. Our goal is to get 2 wins so we can end with a 50-50. That code. And Chief Warlock is playing what in game 3? Is it going to be the Skaven? Are we playing their dreaded Skaven? They have a Skaven picture, so that's probably what they're good at. Skaven, Chorfs, Tomb Kings. Oh, shit. Tomb Kings versus Warriors of Chaos. Now, this used to be a cursed matchup. I wonder what new tech we can utilize here. Okay, so we're on the Imperial Road. I like that. Imperial Road. We have to worry about, like, Cetra on the Sphinx, right? Therein lies the big problem. Let's see here. 400 speed Greasus. That was pretty good. Would you check if Mark of Khorne gives armor? I'm, like, very certain it doesn't, but we can check for you. Oh, shit, it does? Did they change that? It says increase armor. Okay. Damn, dude. Caught me slipping. Frenzy, spell resistant armor. Nice. Good catch, bud. Okay, so we're against the Tomb Kings. We have a couple options here. Burning Head is obviously our best friend. You kind of can't leave home without Burning Head in this matchup. You're going to have a very, very bad time if you do. So we unfortunately probably will need to bring a Burning Head caster. Could bring a Sorcerer Lord of Fire. I actually kind of like that idea. But how do we keep Cetra honest? Because that really is the big problem, is dealing with big Cetra, big pimpin' Cetra. He is not fun. It's like 10 armor, not much, yeah. Archaon is for sure the meta in this matchup, but he's a little bit vulnerable to some Spirit Leech shenanigans. A Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Fire is also quite cost effective, and he does get the Tormentor Sword, which is good for like locking down Cetra type characters. So I don't hate that. I think that's actually potentially a good idea. Okay, let's do this and this. Archie for the Spirit Leech, Chaos Dragon. Dude, don't put that evil on me. Don't put that evil on me. No, Archie cannot handle Cetra as easily as you think, because Cetra runs through his own units and is very elusive to lock down. Very, very elusive. Okay. I mean, if they slip up, yeah, you're able to get some work done for sure. Be'lakor. Oh, dude, I would love to use Be'lakor. Be'lakor would be so much fun. We have an extra Mark of Chaos now, which is pretty rad. Okay, let's get you guys and you guys, like so. I think that's a pretty cool opening build there. You're going to want Hellstriders for days in reserve. They are going to be your best friend, 100%. Ushopti Grapos are a big problem. They're very obnoxious. Valkia, yeah, Valkia is a very viable choice. She's very, very good. Probably Valkia, like Burning Head caster, is just the safest bet, I would say. Sleipnir is great too for like clearing out, you know, important positions. Okay. So aside from this, we're going to need some throwing weapons. So the throwing weapons feast. Throwing axes are for sure your go-to in this matchup. They're going to be nice. Okay, 600 left. Let's get the Icehorn Marauders. How much are they? Oh, that's a Norskin unit. I was like, why can't I bring the School Infantry unit? Okay, Slaughter Beast would be sick. Slaughter Brute. But yeah, it's mediocre. There's too many cost-effective spears. Yes, in reserve. Do we want to get some big flying boys? Does Cetra bully Valkia? Yeah, you know, that's the thing, because with the changes, Valkia could actually be vulnerable, but I think with Demon Shield active, she can trade well enough that you're not going to be suffering too much there. Okay. So is that going to be enough to get this? Monkey. Oh, dude, how could we forget? Come on, man. Dude, I almost just forgot the coolest shit. Okay, never mind. No, you guys are getting something way cooler. Pump your brakes. There's only one man for the job here, ladies and gentlemen. One man. Okay. Okay, let's get you out of the build here. Yes. Yes, rise, my champion, rise. How has nobody nailed this yet, huh? Not a single person. Yes, there's only one. All right, so what do we got? We got melee defense here, and then the hammer. Okay. Yes. Yes, rise. Rise, my champion, rise. Okay, so the problem is going to be dealing with Ushabti, right? But Ushabti, we have new tools against the Ushabti, which I'm very excited to try out. Chariots won't be very good here. Dual weapon Coronate Warriors could be kind of cute. After the cost reductions, maybe they're all right, but the Ushabti will just wreck them, right? There's the issue. Yeah, let's get you. And probably we want some hounds, I'm thinking. Like a little bit of hound action. Yes. Dude, how could we not get Harold the Hammer? How could all of us have forsaken him so? We don't want to be the Warhost of the Apocalypse. We want to be the Shadow Legion. Let's make my opponent think we're bringing Bellicor. Yes. Yeah, taking a break tonight, Outer. You're just too tired of winning tournaments? Just sapping your energy? Okay. We don't have any like cool flying units, I guess. I mean, we could bring a Cockatrice. Kind of a cute idea, but at the end of the day, probably not the best. Man, this is such an awkward amount of funds here at the end. Yeah, Cetra is an absolute troll in this matchup. He's tough to deal with. We might just have to eat it. You know, just take it like a champ. The Hellstriders of Slanesh, you can never have enough of them. They're really good in the mobile game. All right, good luck. I mean, this isn't my favorite build I've ever brought. But it's cool as hell, and it doesn't matter since we can't qualify anymore, so. Yeah. Corngors get 45 extra. It's not, I think Corngors only get 10 extra armor, right? Is that what it is? Yeah. All right, so curious to see who's going to be getting to the finals tonight. I actually like this format a lot. Like the metagaming of like picking, because you get to pick your faction with the map, right? So that's like that's a really interesting interaction. Could Bellicor beat Cetra? If they just stood and fought each other, probably. If he has his abilities, like his ward save ability and other things. But Cetra is pretty maneuverable. Yeah, Corngors definitely need a nerf, though. They're pretty dumb. Corngors probably need to be slapped, and then it's just a cost increase is fine. Give them like 50 gold, and then we're square. And Pigback Riders are the big problem. They're immune to being knocked down, which is a big problem. Because that's usually how Cav will deal with many units, but yeah. They just don't get knocked down, and they just shank you back real quick. Wookiee Shoe. All right, let's see what the Chief Warlock has got. It had to be Harold the Hammer. It had to be him. So who do we have in our last round, by the way? Last round after this, we're going to be using the Chorfs. Awesome. Awesome. Wookiee's here. Now get this. This is just what yeah. Wookiee is adorable. He's a good blocker. Yeah, he's a good boy. All right, so we got a Fire Sorcerer with Tormentor Sword, and we're going to park one Marauder back here. We're going to take a couple Marauders through the woods, and these Marauders are actually going to go Spec Ops on his back objective. Aspiring Champions actually liking this matchup. I think they're kind of cool. So they're smallish targets and pretty resilient, I do dare say. So Harold the Hammer is going to be cruising up on my opponent's back objective, and we're going to take some of these guys too. So this is going to be our Chaos Host moving through the trees with Harold the Hammer. We have our Sorcerer and our Throwing Axemen who are going to move up and grab the middle objective, and we're going to back pressure him and try and triple cap here, basically. Real Turnheads remember the time when they left the blocker on during a whole banger game? I know. It was so good. It was such a good match, too. That was such a pain. That was a Faction War tournament, which we'll be having one in January. The holidays got really busy for me, so alas, it's going to have to be postponed. I wanted to have one before, but... Yeah, so we got the Blood Beasts, we got the Hellstriders. I do have a Chaos Warrior with dual weapon, depending on his build. We'll see. But overall, it's very fun. Uh-oh, he's taking a little bit long. I don't like that. I don't like it. You better not be on the stream, Chief Warlock. Don't do it. Don't do it. Please. Mark of Corn, permanent ITP and MA increases. Yeah, it's a lot. So Tormentor Sword is kind of an unsung aspect of the Sorcerer characters, which is rad. It's going to be Kotep. Okay, that actually gives me a much better chance. So Kotep is going to be exponentially easier to deal with than Cetra. Still is very good, though. We got two Shopti Great Bows, so going to be kind of a gunline, bowline, or a bowline build, I do say. Let's get a Marauder moving up, so he's just going to saturate in this way. And we're going to get a single Hell Cannon very deep set, which is going to be nice. Harold the Hammer is going to be leading the charge, which is going to be epic. And yeah, we can get this middle objective, hopefully avoid the Great Bow Fire, and then we pull back after that. All right, here we go. Will CA give Wrathmonger's original animations? Hell no, dude. Yeah, I mean, I don't even care. I like their animations. They have the Berserker animations, right, which are pretty damn good already. So I'm like, to me, that's a minimal issue. You know, doesn't bother me too much. So Horsemen are back. We do get the 2 cap on him out of the gates. Our Chaos Host is going to move through the trees and give him a lot of trouble, hopefully. And do we want to move up with Marauders here? I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes. Hell Cannon's going to be the next call-in. The Great Bows, we need to do a deep set Hell Cannon, like back here, yeah. Otherwise, we could be in some danger. Now, we do have Tomb Guard Halberds, which are going to be a little bit scary, but we should be able to Burning Head them down. We're going to pull our Throwing Axes up here. We do get Melee Shopti being called in. Hopefully, Herald the Hammer is going to be up to the task. Oh, no. We're going to do the Blood Beasts. Dude, Blood Beasts sound like a Rob Zombie song. Look at these guys. They're actually very good. Like, Blood Beasts are a huge addition to Warriors of Chaos, and they change a lot of matchups. So for anybody who is sleeping on the dreaded Blood Beast, you know, don't. They're quite good. All right, so we're going to come down here. And our Fire Sorcerer stands at the ready. And what do we have here? Is it Kepler Guard? It's Nehekar Warriors. Yeah, Blood Beast will counter Ushapti. Yeah. Herald the Hammer is going to... It's hammer time, dudes. It is hammer time. We're going to get you here, and now we're going to gather up our forces. We could rest for a second, let the Vigor Replenish come in, although Chaos rest for nobody. Yeah, we got to move in. The Blood Beast will be there soon. Dude, they're awesome. Yeah, the Corn Monkeys are great. Okay, let's park you 2 on the objective just to maintain some cap. And now we need to wait for them to bunch up before we Burning Head. 100%. Get the Blood Beast on top of the Ushapti, and then what do we want to call out? Probably the Hell Cannon next, I think. All right. So Marauders are going to get on here. Herald the Hammer is going to go lead the charge. We're going to get these guys back. Let's get the Aspiring Champs there. Aspiring Champs here. You guys here. Around the outside. And there we go. All right. So the Blood Beasts are going to sprint around the outside of the formation. Herald the Hammer should do some fat damage, as the French say. And I just think Warriors of Chaos is my favorite faction to play in this game. I just love the flavor of them. And the playstyle of the faction is so unique, you know? All right. Herald the Hammer is going to just pound. Oh, he terror-routed those skeletons. I love it. Oh, Herald the Hammer getting it done. All right, let's get the Blood Beast in there. He's going to afflict them with some magic, which is going to hurt. Now we'll get you around the outside, and the Blood Beasts are going to hurt a little bit, and we do get the Lich Staff from Kotep. So now we get this, and what we do is we start bombarding into his good units here. So we basically just start hitting those Nehekar Warriors. All right, so do we have Ushapti in here? We do not. Herald the Hammer is going to go fight these guys, and we need to figure out a good Burning Head target now, so we're going to do it right down the pipe there. Let's try and melt those. Not the best Burning Head in the world, but not terrible either. So we get a Burning Head, we cook those units, and let's get you in here, and great. So we do get a call out here against us, which is going to be a bunch of Nehekara Scary Horsemen, which is A-okay. We can actually use our Lord to come across and get the Tormentor Sword, and I believe we're going to be fine. Yeah, the Burning Head actually continues going and cooks that unit. The Hell Cannon is going to start bombarding now too, which is nice. All right, let's pull it down this way. We're going to use the Tormentor Sword as a snare piece, and there we go. Very good. And let's call you in. Get you down here, and awesome. So that's kind of the benefit of the Sorcerer Lord character. Aspiring Champions are holding well. Herald the Hammer is doing it. Blood Beasts are bashing, and the Hell Cannons should be able to get the job done. All right. So Sorcerer character keeps fighting, and let's get you guys moving down here. The Hellstriders will be able to move in and cause some serious damage. As far as this goes, let's move up and shoot you. Although, yeah, we could just kind of go there. Chaos Sorcerer's doing it. Blood Beasts of Khorne getting a lot of damage in there. Herald the Hammer is an absolute chad. He is doing great. My opponent does get a rear charge right there. Great bows. We need to kind of stay in the natural habitat of the tree line. Make sure we can hang there. And what are we calling next? I'm thinking a Chaos Warrior dual weapon would be very nice. The Hellstriders might be able to actually get through the seam and get on top of his great bows, which would be a power play for sure. We do start to lose capture weight here. Let's go ahead and cook like this. Yeah, oh, those are just skeleton warriors, but even still, it will get rid of some of the capture weight. All right. So we're going to loop here. We're going to attack these Ushapti, although do they have halberd support? They do. So let's move through here. Yeah, we see Sepulchral Stalkers, which isn't great, but the middle objective starts to go to us. So let's get some Chaos Warrior dual weapons coming up, which is going to be badass. And the Blood Beasts of Khorne are a little bit trapped up, but they're still performing well, I would say. Let's get you Hellstriders around the back. Herald the Hammer and company can keep hammer timing and bonking. And we're going to rear charge into these cav and try and salvage the Blood Beast situation. Okay. So you guys are coming. The middle is looking good for us. We're melting down a lot of units. The Hell Cannon is doing great work. And the Ushapti Greatbow are shooting, but ooh, do we maintain the capture? We do. So that's very, very good for us. Okay. Herald the Hammer is going to keep slapping it up. A bit of a misplay here. He actually overextends the Greatbow. So I think he was maybe coming to try and get an angle on me, but that's going to end up biting him in the butt. So we're going to pull back and we're going to charge in and hopefully get him here. Oh, he was going for the Hell Cannon, I think. I think that's what his play was. All right, so yeah, we forced them back, do a little bit of damage, very cute. Dual Weapon Warriors should be arriving. Let's get you guys out. The Blood Beasts do retreat, but that's okay. And now we can get a big old burning head right through the pipe there, and that's going to hurt. Aspiring Champion still holding well. We're going to use the Hammer of Harry. Here it comes. Ready? Oh, yeah. Dude, that actually wrecked those Tomb Guard. That's super good. All right, so Dual Weapon Warriors, let's cruise over. And the Blood Beasts are back in business. Let's get them back on the objective, and they're going to continue fighting. Herald the Hammer, terror routing shit, which is super fun. And what do we want to shoot at next? Probably the Tomb Guard Halberds here are going to be our best bet. The Ushabti Great Bows are kind of in a position here to, yeah, we need these Dual Weapon Warriors up. Let's get another Blood Beast moving. They will be able to punch that objective, and we do start to get control of the back objective again as well. We'll save that Tormentor Sword. All right, Hellstriders get through onto the Chosen of the Gods. In Dom, it's a little bit different. You know, you want to dive missiles in, like, the mid-game. Typically, is going to be your best bet. Like, trying to go for them early is tough. All right, Tormentor Sword, no reason to use it. Ushabti are coming in. Herald the Hammer is just terrifying the undead. Does it work on the Ushabti, too? I don't think so. All right, so we get these guys up. We got Blood Beast coming in. My opponent actually wisely not going for my Hell Cannon. If he did, you know, I would have my Hellstriders there just to karate chop him. So that is a good call indeed. All right, let's get on the Sepulchral Stalkers. That Vortex is going to hurt. Can't really dodge it. We do have another Tomb Guard unit coming up, so we're going to try and get on them. Meanwhile, the not the Ushabti, but the sneaky fast cav there, getting it done. All right, Spark you on the point. Maintain some capture weight. And from here, we do have another Burning Head, like I said. Do we use it right here? This is a pretty good spot. I think it is. Yeah, it gets rid of a Halberd unit. Blood Beast unit, still doing great. And our other Blood Beasts have just arrived. They will karate chop infantry. Like, it's going to be a massacre. All right, so the Blood Beasts, we need them to counter the Ushabti. These are summons, though, so they're going to be disappearing here soon. Okay, let's get the Hell Cannon onto a bit of a better target. We'll target the Horseman here. And Herald the Hammer is just going to keep feasting back here. My Lord, a little bit beat up, though. It looks like the Halberds were able to get some nice damage against him, so got to be very, very cautious with that. We do have a value lead, and the Blood Beast should be able to finish off these Spearmen. All right. Cool. Blood Beast still grinding. Herald the Hammer is going to do his thing. Now we just basically switch to fighting on the middle for the rest of the game, which we do have a points lead, so it should be doable. Good play for my opponent. This is a fun one. Is that Ushabti unit going to disappear? Jesus, taking like 10 years. All right, Severed Claw up to the middle. It's going to be very tough for my opponent to get rid of. Herald the Hammer is going to keep threatening the back point here, and we can unsummon these Aspiring Champions. The Blood Beasts are up at the point, and Blood Beasts will be very good against these units. Dude, I'm so happy they ended up being good. I was really sad when they were terrible in the early build because of the, what's it called? The bug, the splash bug. I legit just thought they were terrible because I wasn't aware about the bug. So with Herald, you want to get him in the middle of a unit. So like if you're going to use his hammer, you want to try and path through a little bit, but they're too much mass. So then the Hammer of Harry, oh, boink. Those undead got bonked. Look at that, man, like 30-40% HP. So freaking good. All right, so charging in, and now we just hang out in the middle and try not to get our Lord sniped. And let's get some Marauders coming up. And we just saturate into the middle and hide our Lord and Juke a little bit as well. All right, Herald the Hammer is also going to be threatening the back objective because he probably will get a crumble on those guys. Let's get this Hellstrider coming over here. We see him trying to flank with 2 Horseman units to seal my back objective, so we need to be on top of that. We're going to pull our Lord all the way back there and have him help. Blood Beast doing great. Let's get him on the Eyes of the Desert, actually. That's going to be a good call. We can do this. Eyes of the Desert do have halberds, but my guys also hit very hard. So though they will lose, you know, at least I'll do some damage in the process. Sepulchral Stalker's up. Marauders coming, and let's do this and try and go catch him with the Tormentor Sword in the next 15 seconds. Herald the Hammer just cleaning out these undead, which is great. And now he's going to reroute to the middle, which is a smart play. So get his capture weight middle. Do this. Blood Beast got some decent shock damage, nothing crazy. More Marauders coming. Close game, though. Very close game. All right, let's get this. Back objective. Harry is chasing these guys down. Their binding is weak. Let's pull you back. He does have good control here, but we are going to get a nice flank on them with the Hellstriders. And the Severed Claw is also going to be arriving soon as well. Do we move into the Hellstriders? We probably do. Yeah, probably so. All right, let's get more Marauders coming up. And the Hell Cannon shots. How are we looking? Probably shooting to these guys. All right. So Severed Claw needs to go help out. Hellstriders are getting smashed up a little bit, but they're trying their best. Do you have any issues on the back point? Nope, just more Marauders. We need more Marauders. More Marauders for the Dark Gods. I think we went on 1 now. It's close. Severed Claw is going to grind him off here for sure. Yeah, Severed Claw is going to take care of those guys. We do have the Burning Head, so we could get a really nice one here depending on how he moves. I think that'll do it. My timing could be a little bit off, hopefully not. All right, so far so good on the first one. That's a great one, and it's also going to saturate into the second one. Still got it, baby, still got it. All right. So let's move you again. Marauders are fighting, and on the back point, are we at any danger? I don't think so. Herald the Hammer is forcing him to keep a lot back here, which is very nice. Call a Hellstrider up just because it's fast capture weight. And we need to keep these guys at bay. All right. Oh, my Lord got sniped, though. Uh-oh, that's a little dodgy, isn't it? All right. So we might be forced into a Helm's Deep situation. I forgot the Great Bows were still online, but they were able to nail my Lord. Hopefully the Marauder core will hold. We got 2 Marauders moving up and some Hellstriders. My Lord does get killed. Herald the Hammer is going to be assuming the mantle. We should move Herald to the middle if we can get him there. It's going to be easier said than done, but I'm pretty sure we just went on just the 2 right now. As Severed Claw continues doing their thing, the Hell Cannon, let's give it the Vigor replenishment because it does matter. And the Hellstriders can charge the Cav units, you up and you up here. All right. More Hellstriders. I think at this point it's not worth unsummoning. The game isn't going to be long enough, so let's just get him in there. Herald the Hammer is going to come to the middle because he could actually lead to some terror routes here, which is going to be very nice. Severed Claw, Marauders and Marauders. Is there any sense in resummoning my Lord? Not at all. Not at all. Just another Hellstrider is going to be the way. Such a good unit, man. Slaanesh is, I think, one of the strongest factions in the game right now. They're freaky strong in domination mode. All right. Cool. So let's charge into these guys. Get a nice little charge right there. Pull around the back. Set you up here. Good. Severed Claw. You guys don't want to go on vacation off the point. Herald the Hammer being an absolute Giga Chad. Oh, you ready for the hammer time again? Let's go. Cinematic shot during competitive game. Oh, yeah. Look at the damage there. So freaking cool. All right. So we are in good shape. He's not trying to steal my back objective. I can probably call in. Yeah, let's keep you here. These Hellstriders just need to screen things out. Looks like the Eyes of the Desert finally get taken down. And Herald the Hammer is assuming the mantle of the army. So we're going to unsummon our Hell Cannon here and get a big refund, which is really nice. If it didn't take damage, you can get a refund later. I can actually go steal his home objective with these freaking 100 speed units, which is pretty bonkers, right? Like, Undead are not very quick to react. So I can probably steal his back objective, which is going to be very troll because he's just all in committing on the middle. So the follow-up from this would be heading to my home objective with some good capture weight, basically. And then I just win. It's basically impossible for him to win at that point. So we do get there with good capture weight. That's going to be certainly a big threat. And our Marauder lines with the Severed Claw are holding the middle. It's going to be attacking here. So let's get these Skeleton Horsemen to get charged by the Hellstriders. And you can go and intercept Kotzep here. We do have Hounds coming too, which are going to be nice. And do we want to engage there? Probably another unit would be solid. Yeah, and he's planning ahead. So this is a good play for my opponent, like anticipating that back objective. Like if I was playing a little bit sloppy, you know, he could punish me there for sure. Frostbite, if that happens, it's a tie, like a legitimate tie. Yeah, the ties have happened in competitive play before. It's freaking hilarious. All right, so back objective. I'm really curious to see how the Blood Beast did, because this isn't a matchup which you would think they're good in. But we do get the triple cap here, so the Slaanesh mobility able to do it. This has historically been a Tomb King's favored matchup, but I wonder if the Blood Beast change anything, right? Like, if they do. He rolls me off the middle point, like just mass leadership breaks, but we were able to take his back point here, and now we can go ahead and call in what on the back? Even our Sorcerer Lord would probably be fine, but yeah, game's going to be over before it matters. We could even just hold on his home point here with Harry the Hammer. Let's get Blood Beast out. Blood Beast, Rob Zombie Beast, let's go. And yeah, all right, GG, well played. So we're back in the win column, and now it's going to be up to the Chorfs to try and save our dignity for tonight. Okay, looking good, and GG. Fun game. That was a scrappy one. Romlin just responded to me. Okay. Problem. GG, well played. So, okay, perfect. Good game. GG. Well to the played, ladies and gentlemen. Score 1 for the Hammer. 1400 on Harry. How would this build have worked? I mean, the Shopti Great Bows did great. The back objective stuffing strategy worked pretty well. The Aspiring Champions I like. Blood Beast, 600 and 700. I mean, against Tomb Kings, they're a risky pick. The Ushopti, the Eyes of the Desert, the Skeleton Spears. There's a lot that's very good against them. The Khorne Dual Weapon Boys were just a bit of a meme. Severed Claw did good. Hell Cannon, by the way. Damn it, it was Kotzep that showed my caster the business. He did. 2,000 on the Hell Cannon is super clutch. Hell Cannons are, I think, one of the best things on Warriors of Chaos. More specifically, the Soul of Damnation, because it has way more ammo than the regular Hell Cannon. All right, so yeah, cool. We're back in the win column, man. And let's see what's cooking. How many marks was that? You have 5 marks now. Warriors of Chaos got an extra mark, so you have Yeah, this is 5 marks. Blood Beasts do not use a mark of Khorne. They are a Chaos Undivided unit. So 3 Hellstriders, Severed Claw, and Khorne dual weapons. Those are the only marks we used. The Khorne dual weapon boys got friendly fired. Yeah. Okay, so I need to report that. Let's refresh this. Report the score. How you guys liking this format, by the way? And enjoying it? I think it's a little. Like, do you guys like to watch the saga of one faction all the way through a tournament, or are you enjoying the kind of faction diversity and game speed that has been brought on by this? Wasn't there a mod that tracked? Yeah, there's been a couple of those for sure. Yeah, damage value so buggy. I know. I looked at the value tracker in my Nurgle game and I was like super far ahead, but I was not winning. It's weird. Yeah, it's very strange. We got a little bit of time. Yeah, Blood Beasts are cool now. Let's do a little bit of testing with them. So. If you get the Blood Beasts. Oh, Warriors of Chaos are so sick. Love playing this faction. I like the variance both. Diversity is much better. I like the chaos that blind picking brings. It's yeah, you know what map you're on, right? That's the big thing. Like, you know the map. So you can pick to be conducive to the map, which is cool. Pillar Bone. Okay, and let's test them out against just like some Dwarf Warriors or something, right? I think that's going to be fine. Or even Longbeards. Longbeards are pretty elite infantry, right? So we'll see how they fare against Longbeards, I'm thinking. All right, so let's get some Longbeards. We want to put it in sandbox mode, make sure the stupid stat modifier is not there, and difficulty sandbox. So that way they'll stand still. Feels like an oversight. Yeah, they're literally called Blood Beasts of Khorne. But the Cockatrice also, Reginald, is not marked. The Cockatrice is in the lore it's like a Tzeentch unit, but it's in tabletop and historically I believe it was an unmarked, like, yeah, I think it fell within Chaos Undivided, although tabletop was always Chaos Undivided, so yeah. Although I guess different editions may have had Khornate armies. All right, so yeah, the Blood Beasts do against like bracing Longbeards, right? Let's see how this performs. So impact damage, pretty good. Resilient against the counterpunch. I mean, honestly, this is very cost effective, I think. They do cost 1,100 against a 700 gold unit, but the Blood Beasts seem as if they could probably take 2 Longbeard units pretty easily. And what's cool about Blood Beasts is they're good against the infantry. In the lore, it's not really a Tzeentch unit. Okay, stand corrected. I'm sure you know more than I do about lore, so. I always thought the Cockatrice was more of a Tzeentch unit. Yeah. I like single faction. It allows you to bring more depth with certain faction and do live build updates. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Well, you know, we're just experimenting tonight, but that's very cost effective, right? Just flatlining some Longbeards. And yeah, they probably are really good against heavy cav too, right? You could use the Blood Beast to fight against heavy cav units. Like, so if you're against like Bretonnia, you're against Empire, Kislev. They have good enough speed. They're kind of like mini rat ogres in a way. Yeah, I like that. Pretty damn good. I could ask if the Blood Beasts are supposed to be. I'll ask CA about that. I mean, they do have Mark of Khorne. And then, do you have any marked? Let's see. Yeah, no mark on that thing. What about the... Yeah, this has... It could be an oversight. It could be. I'm not sure. To my knowledge, it's not, but I'll investigate. I'll investigate. They're basically rat ogres with capes. Is that what you said? Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's see what the Rock is cooking here on Total Tavern. Let's look at the current status quo. Let's see who's winning here, who's losing. Yeah, Bretonnia just has no chance against Khorne. It's literally probably impossible to win against an equally skilled opponent. You're not going to have a chance. Khorngors just dunk on your whole roster. They beat your infantry. They beat your cav. Good luck with that shit, dude. What do you have to counter it? Some peasant archers? Yeah, good luck with that. They have 60 armor. I'm pretty sure they have missile resist. It's heavy cav factions are definitely going to suffer in the meta right now because ogres got anti-large against cav and Khorne did. Like, if you want to win major tournaments, do not play heavy cav factions right now. Just do not. You're gonna have a bad time. All right, so refreshing here. We got 2 games still being played. So far the top players are going to be. We got Bob That Builder, who we played in the first game, and we had an absolute nail biter of a game against him. See, I don't mind losing games as long as they're against good players, and it's like a close game that could have been won, right? So we got Bob, we got Sabris. Sabras is a very good land battle and domination player. Known for playing dwarves, actually. I wonder if they have dwarves in their pool tonight. And then we got Apostate. Oh, our Chorf homie. He's a fellow Chorf main and Subutai here as well. But still a couple games going. So this game is going to be determining another undefeated player, I think. Yeah, I think so. All right. Is there a good spot where bad players like me can get in with other bad players and learn? Yeah, let me show you. So if you join our Discord, if we have any mods who could drop a Discord link, that'd be greatly appreciated. But if you head to our Discord here, or excuse me, our website, there it is. You can see there's going to be tournaments, right? Of varying skill level. So this is a competitive tournament. This one is competitive also. But look at this. So we have a new player Swiss tournament. So this is going on the 21st. So a couple days from now. It's a Swiss tournament, just like you're watching tonight. SFT, so you only have to play one faction, and it's a really good gateway for newer players to get a grip on the game. So everybody playing here is going to be newer or intermediate. Yeah, like these are I don't recognize any of these names as seasoned tournament players, right? So you're totally chilling there, which is good. And then there's an advanced player, and then there's another new player tournament coming up on the 28th. So like every week, more or less, our tournament hosts will host new player tournaments. Yeah, and there's a new player conquest tournament if you want to play conquest mode, whatever you're into. So yeah, obviously if you want to compete in our tournament circuit, then it would be domination. But yeah, that's going to be that. I don't use debug camera. Debug's for neckbeards. I don't do it. All right. So that is going to be that. And we do have the Orc Commandos here. Yes. Very good stuff by MacGyver. Yeah, all the marked gores have been very overpowered on release. It's true. Yeah, it's pretty funny. CA definitely struggles to balance the gore unit. Okay, let's refresh this. See what's cooking. All right, awesome. Round is done. Yeah, most Saturdays there's a new player tournaments. I have been at other games. I will look up. Thank you. I'll compete, but I will lose. Oh, dude, everybody loses, dude. I've lost 2 games in a row tonight, and I've won tournaments before, and I'm still losing. It's totally fine. Everybody has to eat the sausage from time to time. Yeah. Okay, so let's advance the Swiss to the next game here. Turin must turn on his cam to show us that he's not. I do not have a neckbeard right now, thankfully. All right, so let's get it. Good luck, have fun. The Chorfs are going to be pulling it home for us. All right. And we have our opponent now. Okay. So let's see what's going. What they used to be. Okay. So we have Chorfs here versus the, I don't know what my opponent's playing at. We're going to find out in a second. Map is going to be the Changer's Madhouse. I love this map. It's so nice. Very, very cool aesthetic. I got to play some Tzeentch. I feel like Tzeentch has been neglected lately. How does Tzeentch do against, like, Khorne is the question. Okay, we're playing one of the strongest factions in the game. Slaanesh is for sure a boss hog faction. Chaos Dwarves have some tech against them, though. It's not hopeless. Hey, thank you, Owen. I appreciate it. Dad of a newborn here. The new format is awesome, and the streams are much appreciated as I can't play myself. Thanks, Turin and Company. Hey, Space Frog, I got you, and congratulations on the new family member. May they prosper and conquer. Yes, yes. Okay, so Chorfs against Slaanesh. This should be interesting. Gio, it works great. I'm glad it's working out for you, boss. So in this matchup, I think, yeah, you can go for Zoltor, but you definitely, I think, just need to go for a Baeltor's character. Yeah. Yeah, probably got to be old Baeltor's, man. This is a pretty cursed matchup. It's winnable, though. I've beaten really good Slaanesh players on this, but it was not an easy feat. Okay. Let's get you guys, and we're on the Changer's Madhouse. Okay. So we're going to whip this out. Time for the Destroyer. Oh, God, no. Don't put that evil on me, dude. Don't you want me to have a chance? You guys want to see some hope here. Do we bring a Demon Train? Yeah, I think we do. The Demon Trains are just so good. If you give them Hellbound, too, they really, really feast. Okay. So that is the start of the build. Now for reinforcements, we definitely want you guys. We're going to need max amount of these. One of those as well. Second one of these. And I think that is about it. If I remember the build correctly, this is the direction it goes. Yeah, the Slanesh spears are a little bit annoying. I mean, any infantry you bring are just going to get annihilated. You just have to expect that. You just have to expect you're going to be eating it pretty bad. Yeah, this is about as good as it's going to get. Although I feel like I need something in the infantry department, man. It's so janky. All right, rolling. Fireglaves are okay here, but if they get charged by like Seekers, they kind of just die. You know? Mass Blunderbuss? Dude, no. I don't feel like working that hard, Reginald. What's Khorne's bad matchups? They don't really have any, in my opinion. I legit think Khorne does not have a single bad matchup in the game now. I mean, their stats aren't too super crazy, but once people start really picking them up, high-level players... Oh, yeah, Ogre Kingdoms can beat Khorne. Yeah, Ogre Kingdoms give him a big beatdown. That's true. That's like one of the only factions, though. The other OP faction. Yeah. Kadai are good in this matchup. Kadai Fireborn are very, very good. They wreck seek. They don't wreck Seekers, but they trade pretty well into them. All right. So this is a Trixie Hobbits' one, guys. Hashut is not able to bring infantry here, really. You're just going to have a really bad time if you try. We do have a Magma Cannon back here. Magma Cannons are your breadwinners. We got the double Demon Train. We have a Bale Taurus and a couple of hobos, or just regular goblins to move up and control Objective 1. I think Nurgle still beats Khorne. No, they don't. Trust me, Reginald. I've tried it. I've practiced it. Khorne is super advantaged. Dude, Nurgle has no answer for the Wrathmongers. And, I mean, attrition, yeah. Like, it's not. It's really bad, Reginald, trust me. Like, sure, you're a good enough player that you could probably beat an intermediate tournament player, but if you were to play, like, a top-tier Khorne player, like, you're going to feel the pain. Yeah, you're going to feel it. Okay. Ita chutu dawi. All right, let's move you up, do this. And my opponent going to be mirroring the fun business here. Let's form ranks, get this character going, get the pain trains moving up, and start unleashing the salvos of fire. It's going to be a Azazel. Magma Cannon will hopefully get some damage into those guys. Is it going to shoot one of these years? Does it feel like shooting? Are you going to shoot Magma Cannon, or are you just going to sit there and look pretty? Did it shoot? I honestly can't tell. There it goes. All right. Took a while. But that Magma Cannon shot will do big damage if it hits. Yeah, Magma Cannons are very good. You basically just need to use your artillery to win the skirmish game. Let's move you up, and we're going to be expecting back pressure, 100%. Okay, so we'll poke you a little bit. Azazel is a pretty good duelist, but the Bale Taurus character should be able to fight him. And now we got a big Slaneshi horde coming in. So very infantry-centric army, actually, which is cool. I don't hate to see it, but the Magma Cannons will be very good at ripping and tearing here, so I'm hoping that they will get her done. Azazel did eat a pistol shot, and against the infantry, we do have the big chariots here. So hopefully they'll get it done. All right, let's get a breath attack going here. Do we want to do it? Yeah, why the hell not? Let's stay on the point a little bit. And the pain trains are now going to go for the low-hanging fruit on the outside of the formation. And are we going to get this? We might. Magma Cannon's still shooting. No funny business here. Gotten some really, really good damage so far. And now we're going to retreat back. That's about as good as it's going to get for us. Oh, shit. We got to be careful not to get rampaged. Okay, but the pain trains have come. Let's call in some anti-infantry tools. So we're going to call in the Fireborn now. And I think that's going to be a rampage. Yeah, that's a little dangerous. It's not too bad, though. If he had a Seeker, or Slanesh Heavy Cav to punish this, I would be really nervous, but he doesn't. So we're probably going to be fine. Because what we're going to do is we're going to respond with a big overcasted Final Transmutation and just annihilate his army, basically. So let's get you guys over here, do this. And the Bale Taurus character is now going to just do a Final Transmutation, which is going to do a lot of damage. And now we're just going to be feasting. All right, so the Magma Cannon is still shooting. Let's shoot into the Skirmishers. We get the Final Transmutation. So he's fallen for my trap, which is good. And now we need to escape, though, before we actually truly lose our Lord. But, we might overstay our welcome a little bit, But we do get that. Azazel takes a lot of damage. Kadai Fireborn are going to be arriving. Let's get the pain trains back. Magma Cannons, you need to switch them on to the Hellstriders. All right, so very good. And cool. So Kadai Fireborn getting huge damage there. And we're just going to use our pistol to shoot you. Awesome. Magma Cannons, I think we could even consider a second one at this point, but we do manage to break through these lines. So let's move you guys here. Let's pull our Skirmishers across. I think dealing with his mobile cav is going to be better than focusing the infantry. But we do have a big value lead at this point, and there's going to be a second Kadai coming in soon. Although we could call out a Fireglaive. I think the Kadai is going to be more impactful right out of the gates. All right, so a little bit of bad pathing on my part, but the pain trains are causing a lot. Seekers are here now, so this is where it gets real. Seekers, you need to focus fire them right away in this matchup. Otherwise, you're going to have a really, really bad time because they just do busted levels of damage. Okay, we don't want to attack into them and get caught overextending. Keep these goblins back. In the meantime, we just keep grinding in the front. Call in the Fireborn here. And let's go try and kill these cultists before they're able to get their money's worth. So let's move in there, do this. And yeah, now we're feasting. Now we are cooking. Okay, trains need to get back online. A little bit sloppy on my part. But it looks like one cultist is going to get smashed up. And I need to be really, really cautious here. Potentially going to get caught. Maybe over-greeted here, but I do have the Fireborn nearby, so that's good. All right, so on the backside, you get a freebie here, potentially. Trains move in, and do we have another for final transmutation? We do not, but we're going to do a Searing Doom right there, which is going to be very, very good. And our skirmishers are good. Magma Cannon is still shooting. We're definitely in a winning position. Thankfully, I've practiced this matchup a lot with very high-level players, so he's playing well. The build honestly isn't terrible either on his end. All right, so let's keep poking. Keep you guys here, and the Baletor's character seems to be doing it. We're pulling a pretty big value lead now. The Magma Cannon is going to keep going, shooting to these guys, and the Pain Trains are rolling dirty. So Hashut is feasting here this day. Dude, Azazel sinking into the water, I think, is just all-time great moments in the history of our adventures here together. That was so funny. Like, he just, like, died and then sinked into the water like freaking, like the character at the end of Titanic. Oh, I love that. That was so good. Did we actually put the Titanic theme to that? Was there ever a meme at it, or did that just never happen? All right, so we want to shoot the Seekers. 100% a high priority target. We're going to pull you back, and it looks like we're going to get rampaged. So we need to pull the Pain Trains in danger of potentially losing my Baletor's. So let's send some infantry in there. You guys are going to be cruising around. We have some hobos. Let's have them go fight here, have you guys help out. And we do get caught up a little bit by Hellstriders, thankfully. So not Seekers. And the Rampage will be wearing off in a moment. I am down on points, but I feel like we're doing very well on the objective game. Let's cast a Searing Doom right there. Not the objective, the value trading, excuse me. All right, you guys focus fire here. The Kadai are still just grinding. We do have more Seekers coming in. Very, very tough to deal with. So let's go in the back, get another one of these guys, and just basically you're just sacrificing just shitty units into the Seekers and hoping you can grind them down. All right, the trains have done a good job. We're going to rotate them over to the middle. Let's keep the trains, these guys fighting that way. Azazel is trapped. We could actually maybe kill him right now. And cool. So the little hobgoblins will eat that Seeker charge. We're going to go for Azazel. And, oh, the Pain Train's just cooking, dude. Just cooking. You made a short that zoomed in, but no music. Yeah, we needed to have the Titanic music. That was a failure on my part. I'm sorry, guys. All right. So I think Azazel's going to die here. He's a very good duelist, but the Baletorses are incredibly frightening, and the Slanesh army has had its back broken. So, yeah, Torps are a weird faction. They're definitely a lower tier faction, but they can sometimes upset stronger factions with certain weird interactions. It's very, very strange. We do get a summon there. Azazel is steady, so we should probably escape. I don't want to give him the chance to get back in this. Let's call it the Fireglaves, get them waddling just for battlefield control. We comfortably win on just 2 points here. So at this point, we don't really need to mess around too much. Let's see if the Magma Cannon can snipe that character there. We could probably kill it with the Breath Attack, actually. It's going to be fine. All right, park on the point, unsummon you, call you back in. We just sit in the middle. There's no reason for us to overextend, like none whatsoever. We get the Breath Attack. Do we cancel it? No, we got it on the character. Get the charge bonus. Well, he called us in anyway, so it is what it is. Yeah, I don't want to risk any weird situations by going for that. Azazel does start to lose the fight. He is shaken. Looks like there's going to be some sneakiness on the back point there. That is a summon. And the Kadai Fireborn are going to be able to just annihilate any infantry he sends forward. We just got to watch out for the Seekers. Azazel, is he losing the fight? He is. Let's call in the Pain Trains. Get the Archers to put a little bit of hurt onto him as well. Fireglaves are going to just posture up on the high ground here and just kind of sit like smug cats. All right, great. So Azazel's down. That's probably going to be game over. Let's move in, go after the Seekers with our heavy chariots here. And we do get a Demon Summon coming in. So the cultists did survive. Did we just go back to the middle with our character? I think we do. Oh, look at the damage, man. Kadai are so freaking cool. They do a lot of damage, too. All right, so the Pain Trains have gotten their damage. Now he's going to get a good charge, but oh my god, those Seekers got melted by that flamethrower. Oh, yes. That is so juicy. I love to see it. Seekers are such an annoying unit, so when you could just eviscerate them like that, dude, it just feels so nice. So next we call in the Bull Centaur Renders. Our Lord is in danger. I'm just going to go back cap him here. I think we're safe to do that. Although, yeah, let's not risk it. Let's get the Fireglaves up. Let's get these riders here. Call in you guys. Bull Centaur Render is going to be arriving, and this is a little bit dangerous going for that. But the Fireglaves are here. Oh, the Torps are just the coolest faction. All right. Go Pain Trains. Yes. Arise, my champions. And you guys shoot those Furies down if possible. We do start to steal his back point. Kadai Fireborn are fighting, unfortunately, spears, but it could be worse. My lord, you know, classic Chorfs just blowing themselves up. We're going to keep you back here to protect the Magma Cannon. And no counterplay here. So really just going to be trying to win in the middle, but we got it. All right. Should have brought the Destroyer. No, thank you. I don't want any of that. Yeah, dude, Chorfs are so cool. I wonder, like, if I could develop some strategies for Chorfs to beat Khorne. That would be my question. I think maybe, like, Magma Cannon builds could kill Khorngor. Like, this playstyle might work against Khorne. Like, but you would maybe need double Magma and maybe just, like, one of the trains instead of two. Just bring the ROR. For anyone interested about the Azazel thing, there was a mechanic on water maps where you could land flying units. Oh, yeah. Talking about the Azazel, good times. Yeah, Kadai were badass. They were really good. Magma Cannons did good. Everything performed as it should have. GG, well played. Yeah, it's the only... All right, awesome. Oh, yeah, okay. There was a clip of Azazel sinking into the water. Thank you, Frost. Here. Yeah, Frost has got it. And in case you missed his link, there it is right there. Yeah, it was really good. Total War Warhammer sinking mechanics. Oh, can somebody edit that and like have it with the Titanic theme? If not, I'll take care of it tonight. But if somebody is like can do a quick edit, that would be greatly appreciated. Although I think if I were to use that on stream, I'd probably get my stream shut down because it's a copyrighted song. Although maybe if you use the kazoo version, like the really shitty like meme version of it, it would be fine. Which is worse, Elemental Bear or Kadai Destroyer? Honestly, they're both okay. They're not even the worst. Probably the Bear is better because it has a breath attack. So at least it can be some... Oh, there's a song at the end? Okay, good. So I did edit a song in. Never mind. Scrap that editing request. All right, guys. We've salvaged our dignity. We went... It does have the Titanic theme? Okay, good. Great. We are now 2-2 tonight. So, you know, now I can rest easily, feeling as if we're not complete potatoes. Okay, and that's going to be against Slaanesh. Awesome. It had the kazoo bit? Okay. You made an edit of the Titanic with Azazel's face over the movie? Okay, got it. Yeah. Got it. So we have a little bit of time. We're obviously not going to make top 4. But at the end of the day, not terrible. We were in the top 6, it looks like. Who is going to make it? Probably Bob That Builder, Sabris, Subutai looking pretty good. And we just helped Subutai out. As long as Subutai beats Romulan Dog, he has good chances. Apostate, maybe, if they win their game. That's pretty cool. All-time Total War moment for me was you doing Palpatine cackle with the iridescent horror landing to escape Long Riders. That's a niche moment. I don't remember that. Yeah, it was many moons ago. Many moons. Yeah, Chaos Dwarves are pretty cool. So let's like talk about the Chaos Dwarves for a second, because I think the next tournament I'm going to host is going to be a regular single faction tournament, because we'll jump between these formats. And I'll probably play Chorfs. So Chorfs can definitely fight Beastmen. You can fight Demons of Chaos actually very effectively. It's pretty shocking. Empire is fine for Chorfs. You just armor check them. High Elves is fine for Chorfs. Lizardmen is probably all right for Chowie too. Ogre Kingdoms you're going to get just absolutely shit on. Chorfs get annihilated by the Ogre Kingdoms. It is bad. And Pigback Riders completely screw it up too, because you can't even use Bull Centaur Renders anymore, or Fireborn or anything. Like, Pigbacks are just everywhere, and you just can't get good engagements. Slangors will probably be the only balanced one, since they're a dual weapon unit, and they're not like a decisive, you know. It's not like infantry aren't like a big carry piece, right? I mean, I guess in Dom they kind of are, but... My favorite turret moment was Turin nuking Professor Pone's army in Dune Spice Wars. Yeah, it was good. Yep, yeah, we have 2 of you, actually, for the nuking of Professor Pone. Tomb Kings are definitely favored against Chowie, but it's not unwinnable. Vampire counts as an even matchup. Bertonia, you're favored. Dark Elves is even. Grand Cathay is probably even-ish. Khorne is probably Khorne favored. Norska is actually not bad for Chowie. It's an even-ish matchup. Skaven is Skaven favored. Tzeentch is probably even with Chorfs. Warriors of Chaos is probably even, although Bloodbeast might change that a little bit. We'll have to see. Regular Dwarfs are favored against Chorfs, but on some maps you can actually take them down. Greenskins are probably favored, but not by a whole lot. It's winnable. Kislev and Chorfs, it's a much better matchup than it used to be after the nerfs, but probably still Kislev favored with a little Grom. Nurgle Chorfs is actually good for Chorfs. I think they're maybe slightly favored there. Slaanesh is Slaanesh favored, 55-45, but winnable. Vampire Coast is probably short favored. Wood Elves is Wood Elf favored. So a fair amount of good matchups. A fair amount. How do you like Arbol? Arbol is very good, but unfortunately he suffers from the problem of being on the Khorne roster where Valkia exists. Because Valkia is just such a nasty, powerful character. She just brings so much utility. She can like auto-kill two infantry units. She's impossible to kill. Fast, flying, maneuverable, counters so many things that Arbol is just overshadowed, right? He's not. Arbol is good though. Like on another roster, he would be commonly picked, probably. Nothing will top the turn playing Sirtha Ek against Italian Spartacus. Oh yeah, that's probably my favorite too. Blood Beasts are actually quite good after the hotfix coffee. Yeah, they're good. They are good. It's not a kazoo, it's a recorder. I should know that too because I played a recorder when I was young. How are we looking? All right, so Apostate with the steel chair getting a win. So that'd be cool if we see some Chorfs in the semis. Featuring, oh man, Frostbite. That's an old one, dude. That's old. Just old like me. What do we got here, man? So Apostate is one. I won my game. Doesn't matter though. Bob That Builder is guaranteed a spot. So even if he loses, so Bob and who's Bob playing? Bob's playing Sabras. So Bob and Sabras are probably guaranteed a spot. Apostate's likely going to be there. And then Blood Penguin depends on the tiebreakers. Bastos is a very good tiebreaker too. So this is a very sweaty tournament tonight. Deleted Italian Spartacus's desire to play the game. The Sparty one, you have to search up Ungrim Iron Fist versus... So it was Ungrim Iron Fist versus Throg, a head-to-head campaign. So we never even got to fight because I took control of Sirtha Ek's armies and killed him with it. It was the funniest shit ever. Because like I literally got Sirtha Ek and his army had like a ton of chariots. And Sparty had Throg with mass infantry and he just couldn't deal with the chariots. And Throg was just being kited around the map. It was the funniest shit. I was literally crying tears. Like, you know that like laughter when you have like a pain in your chest and like your eyes are watering? It was so good. Oh, you already used your Chowie. Yes, dude. My Chorf brother getting the dub. I like it. Yetis are very good. Yetis are a good counter to further punish cavalry factions because they have a double slowing effect. So if you can slow them down, it's really nasty. I really enjoy the 2v2 campaigns of Turin trolling Okoye with DJ Kotsep. Oh yeah, those campaigns were fun. They were fun. I'm so bad at campaign now, I wouldn't even know what to do anymore. I haven't played it in ages. Yeah, so let's refresh the brackets, see how we're looking. A couple more games wrapped up. Yep, so Dustman defeated Chief Warlock, and we have Bastos, Romulan, and Sabras playing their games out. All right. So semifinals, we obviously know the drill. We can take a look at the factions. Oh, did I delete that already? No, there it is. Okay. All right, so those are the factions for the players. So Bastos is here to win. Bastos picked Khorne and Ogres for their two final factions. That's a very good tactic for sure. Subutai picked Ogre Kingdoms and Vampire Counts, which is a good call. Vampire Counts, he's very good at Vampire Counts. They're one of his mains. Apostate has Dwarfs and Warriors of Chaos. That's the most Chad pick so far. Sabras is Gotrek Starbreaker, and they have is that like Chaos Dwarves or is that regular Dwarves? No, we have the Dowie in the finals. I don't know what that is, the one before it. Bob That Builder has Lizards and Khorne. Yeah, that's good. And Dustman has got Dwarfs and Tomb Kings. Pretty good picks. Tomb Kings I actually think can still beat Ogres. Ushapti Grapos, Sepulchral Stalkers, Skeletons can grind down Pigbacks. You know, there's a couple nice techs there. Are Yetis better than Gorgers? Yes, much better. Gorgers are kind of a mediocre unit. They have some fringe applications, but I enjoy campaign for the save scumming. Oh, for sure. Yeah. When it comes to like save scumming in campaign, I like it. I think I don't mind it when you're just playing on your own, but if I'm watching somebody like streaming a campaign or a YouTube video and they save scum, I instantly turn it off. I'm like, nope, not interested. You know, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but because there's no stakes anymore. Is Dwarf slang for Skaven? Oh, so it's the Skaven. I wonder why you'd bring Blood Beasts instead of Minotaurs. We can answer that. So if we look at the Minotaurs on the roster, Minotaurs, the cheapest one is $13.50, okay? 1350 is a lot more expensive than 1100. That's 250 more gold. The Blood Beast is also, I think, a little bit faster. Yeah, the Blood Beast is quicker too. So 65 speed against 56 and a 250 gold difference. And with similar applications, honestly, like if I were playing Khorne and I was wanting to use the Blood Beast, I would probably use Blood Beast for anti-infantry and anti-cav, or anti-infantry, and then I would use the Great Weapon specifically to deal with large. It kind of puts the dual-wielding Minotaur in a weird place. Although the dual-wielding Minotaur does hit, it has a lot less weapon strength too, guys. The Blood Beast has 140, and the Minotaur has 110. Okay, that's actually another plus for the Blood Beast. It just hits harder. But the durability is big, right? You have 8.7 against 8.2, and a lot more armor. 70 armor against 40 armor is a big difference. Yeah. I can't even watch people play regular Diablo or something like that. You got to play hardcore to keep it entertaining. Yeah, I hear you. Well, if you want to see the content, save scum is okay, but if the real person... I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yeah. Don't always need them in my entertainment. Hey, fair play. Fair play. No, it's just my personal preference. It's my personal preference. Yeah, the Wrathmongers are really nuts right now, man. These guys are just the absolute punishers. I don't know if you guys have seen, but they just like kill everything. Like, Wrathmongers are freaking brutal. Oh my god. All right, so where are we at? Let's see what's cooking. Are we in the top 4? Our game was pretty quick. Bob That Builder and Sabris are going to be wrapping up their game right now. The Minotaur bonus versus infantry is substantial. It's pretty substantial. I think it's like over 10. Yeah, 18. That's fat. That's really thick. Can we do some tests with the new Wrathmongers? We're about to get into the semis, so maybe in between games if we have some time. Could you ever see a random army tournament coming back? The problem is the random armies aren't truly random. Like, it often generates the same army over and over, I've noticed. Like, there's preset armies, although, I don't know, maybe. You could do, like, a default funds autogen army. It's hard to enforce, too, because I would have to watch both players. It could be fun, though. But, yeah, dude, look at this Khorne army. It literally rolls 2 skull cannons every single time. Every single time I roll this, it's like at least 1 skull cannon. Yeah, pretty powerful. You've come to Bargatur Mamu. Is that a reference to Doctor Strange? How does Khorne do against Vampire Count Mortis Blobs? I think Vampire Counts can win it, but it's probably Khorne favored now because Khorne has the new ROR, has the new skull cannon, which can snipe. Dude, the Hellforge Bellowers are like a menace against the Vampire Counts, right? And if you just go like Wrathmonger City, like bring like triple Wrathmonger, like I don't know how Vampire Counts deal with this. Because they have a low model count, so the Mortis isn't terribly devastating against them. Then you go like Slaughter Guard, and you can bring like a Skull Cannon, and then just get like a Blood Speaker on a Shrine with like the huge AoE buffs. I don't know how Vampire Counts beat that. Maybe they do. The tourney you lost last week to Khorne, did you think about how your build would have worked? Yeah. I think Nurgle can do it. I think you have to play more SE focused, so bring like 3 characters and try and win those fights. Seems hard. But like also Oishi is like the number 1 player in the world on the leaderboard right now. Number 1 player is probably still Solasora, but the number 1 ranked player is who I lost to in the finals. It was Oishi, and Oishi's a Terminator, so it's not just the matchup. It's the fact that Oishi's probably better than me too. You got to factor that in. You know, my ego would be like, oh, you know, there's no way to win that matchup. But it's also like, you know, that player is better than me. All right, so we got our top 4, I think. Had Changeling on a Changeling in a Changer's Madhouse. Peak lore. Oh, that's awesome. All right. Is the top 4 clear cut? Yes, it is. All right. My boy Subutai making it there. Nice, dude. Nice. All right. So this looks good. All the scores are reported. And the top 4 is here. The die is cast. We have Bob That Builder, Subutai, Apostate, and Sabris. Some new faces. Very exciting to see. So we're going to advance the top 4. Here we are. And we are going to finalize this early round tournament. It is cemented in stone, brothers. And now we are on the top 4. We're going to do a little casting here. All right, so we got Bob That Builder versus Apostate Prostate. That name is so good. It's so funny. Okay. Top 4, Apostate versus Bob. And then we got Sabris, Starbreaker, versus Subutai. All right. So the match is set. We got our top 4, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be doing some casting. Zinch Mirror. Zinch Mirror seems kind of fun, actually. Yeah. Either a Smurf or active. Let's see what are you talking about, Reginald? You're saying you suspect a dreaded Smurf? Oishi is, I believe, a Korean player. Yeah. I've talked to them before, and and they don't have any lag. I'm pretty sure it's all there. All right. So let's see what the players are playing real quick. So pulling this up, we have the faction. So Apostate versus Bob is what's the matchup going to be? Bob is playing Lizards, and Apostate is playing what? Dwarves? I think I'd rather watch Khorne versus Skaven. So we're going to do Khorne versus Skaven. Yeah. Okay, let me message Subutai. Lobby code, please. And yeah, I think it's Khorne versus Skaven in the other matchup. That sounds a little bit more interesting to me. I want to see how Khorne plays against them now. Would you ever have any interest in streaming hardcore WoW? If I had been invited to that event, I would have done it. I guess I'm on YouTube and they're mostly all Twitch people, but I have played hardcore quite a bit recently. I'm playing a hunter right now. We are just playing classic WoW. Like we are on the new anniversary servers, but we're just playing normal. So Subutai is playing what? He's playing Starbreaker. Lobby code, please. Yeah, I'm playing a hunter now because I just want to mouth breathe. I didn't want to release either hunter or mage. Mages are my main, but I like hunters. What I will stream though is when they open Battlegrounds and I get level 60, I will do PvP streams of WoW Classic. So we'll get my wife and we'll get a crew together and we'll do some Warsong Gulch, some Arathi Basin, some Alterac Valley, all that good stuff. It's going to be fun. Yeah, I think the PvP would be fun. I don't find it very fun to watch people leveling, but PvP, like doing some sweet Battlegrounds, I think could be pretty cool. All right. Awesome. And here we are. All right, Subutai, let's go, buddy. Let's see what you got. Hug the pillar. You're a streamer, you could get an invite. Yeah, down the road maybe, but for now, I'm not going to bother with the hardcore thing now. It's too late to the party, but next time they do it, maybe I'll reach out and I would stream my hardcore perspective. I would just play a mage. I was a frost mage for most of my gameplay time in WoW. Bring our 5-hour Alterac Valley stream. Let's go. Yeah. Leveling streams might as well be just chatting streams. I know, seriously. But games that we're going to be covering in the near future are Civilization. That's what I'm really hyped for. Is Civ 7. I'm pumped to play some PvP in Civ 7 and even some PvE in the beginning. Just while we learn. So have a couple streams where we grind it out and just learn things, and then we can do PvP. That'll be really fun. That'll be really, really fun. All right, so we got Skaven versus Ogre Kingdoms. Yeah, okay. I mean, Skaven actually, I think, have some tools here. Like the Clan Rat Storm Vermin wall, like backed up by Slingers, is really good against Ogres, although Thunder Tusk is a bit of a problem. How do you kill the Thunder Tusk? I'm not sure. Turin could definitely pull that off. Oh, just the hanging out and leveling streams? Yeah. Civ 7. Have you played? So I did not play Civ 6. I skipped Civ 6. But I played the hell out of Civ 5 in Brave New World. I was balls deep in that. My roommates in college, we used to like grind PvP in Civ 5 and just play these epic. I think my favorite Civs to play in Civ 5 were Poland with Kashmir. I really liked playing Ethiopia in Civ 5. Ethiopia was, what's the name of the ruler? Was it Hyale, not something? I can't remember. But Ethiopia was freaking awesome because they played a really good tall civ, so you didn't have to expand, but you had like a super small elite empire. Yeah, and Rome was fun too. Rome was cool if you wanted to do like early age PvP because you had the roads and you had the legionnaires. So Rome you could really conquer quite a bit in the earlier ages, which was fun. One does not simply walk into a Thunder Tusk, yeah. Civ 7 will be great, even with Australian lag. I'll be able to PvP. That's right, dude. Yeah, you'll be able to. I played with Grubby in StarCraft 2, and he was... I played with Grubby in StarCraft 2. He was a StarCraft 2 you would... Yeah, I've played with Grubby a couple times. He's a really nice guy. Haley, yeah, that's it. That's it, Reginald. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. It could zap cannon against ogres is probably a good call. It says the map, so they're on Itza, which is a close quarters map. That's going to change their builds. They probably had the wrong build or wrong map there, so they weren't aware of what it's going to be. The camel archers in Civ 5, yeah. Yeah, if you want to, Coffee Master, if you want to get into competitive Total War, our Discord is the right place. It's a gateway to pretty much the entire scene, right? Because we have domination and some conquest as well, and then there's links to other people's Discords as well. Yeah. So like all the official CA tournaments are, you know, usually the qualifiers are run through our Discord, and if you want to do newer player tournaments, you can do that as well. Yeah, Zulus were awesome in Civ 5 too. Yeah, yeah. Line War, I've not seen that. Oh, Gio, no stress, dude. Yeah, you're doing great, man. I think, yeah, you should never criticize somebody for trying to speak another language. I mean, you speak way more languages than I do. Put me to shame, dude. Keep it up. You popped in at a weird time. No, you're good. You're great. Yeah, but the new Civ game, we'll host, I don't know how we would host tournaments on that. Like, we could do an offline tournament thing where, like, we have a bracket and it's, like, 4-player games, right? And you have to, like, it's really hard to schedule people, though. Scheduling offline tournaments is like wrangling cats. Because Civ games take a long time. Yeah, they take a long time. So Skaven versus Ogres. I thought Subutai was on Corn for some reason. Let me double check his registration just to be sure. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah, you had a question for me there. And cool beans. I want them to add Mexico to the Civ game. Have they announced what the starting civilizations are going to be at? If only it was. Oh, you're talking about WoW still. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Skullcrackers? They're okay. Spirit of the Sands. You don't want to bring Skullcrackers though. Iron Demons are just way better. Like they do a little bit less damage in melee than a Skullcracker, but the shooting DPS you get from an Iron Demon is super effective. So honestly, just go with Iron Demons. Skullcrackers are not very good. The Frozen Throne? Are you talking about the Frozen Throne, Warcraft 3? Or are you talking about something else? Or Team Fortress? Or yeah. Is Civ considered a 4x4 game? I suppose so. Sorry, just joined. How's the format been? It's been really good. I think people are enjoying the diversity of factions. Like you get to see me play different factions, and the other players aren't going to be locked into one faction. I still love SFTs, though. I think they're awesome. So I will continue doing those. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Subutai representing Archie K facing off against Gotrek, who is representing Sons of the Mountain. And it is going to be a pigback front line. So the thumbnail prophecy has finally come true. It's going to be Pigback Riders into the Sunset, which are a pretty good frontline unit, though arguably baseline Noblars might be more cost-effective against Skaven, but even still, not bad. We got Noblars in the secondary, a single Ogre Bull, and in the bushes, it's going to be the Arwar, Pigback Riders, and a Thunder Tusk. So you really don't want to leave home without a Thunder Tusk. This thing is an absolute menace, so we will see how this goes. And I would imagine he's got a Healing Caster somewhere in the bushes, Slaughtermaster of Healing. Oh, Beast actually going Flock of Doom. That's very interesting, although you can use the Meat Feast ability, the new Ogre Kingdom healing ability, to just heal this thing up, and you're going to be A-okay. All right, guys, taking a look here at the forces of the Rats. Scarbreaker, I'm a little nervous for this build. He does have Globeteers, which I guess is a counter against the Noblar meta. Okay, I'm seeing it now. We do have Deathmaster, who's a decent armor-piercing fighter. If he can get on the side of the Thunder Tusk while it's fighting something else, it can certainly do some work. And a very rare sighting of a Hell Pit Abomination. Now, I am perpetually disappointed by these things, but I mean, mano-y-mano, if it can go fisticuffs with the Thunder Tusk just in one-on-one combat, maybe it'll do well, but Thunder Tusk do have that stupid Howdah on top that has anti-large attacks, which is quite scary. So it is on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this party started, and let us do it. They haven't revealed all the civs, but there were 31 civs spread across 3 ages. Okay, cool. That's fun. Sci-fi movie suggestions, hit me up after the game. We're focused on the commentary now. All right. So, obviously the Rats are going to be making their way over towards objective number 3. So they're going to be anchoring down here and then looking to kind of slow push out that way, I would imagine. Ogres are going to have the battlefield advantage, and you're about to suffer the wrath of the dreaded Thunder Tusk. Skaven, if they had a Warp Lightning cannon in the back, maybe, but the problem is that now you get those freaking, what's it called? The Blood Vultures. So it's really hard to defend your artillery now, I would imagine. Okay, so we do get a Warp Lightning Cannon being called out, which I like. The Thunder Tusk swings and misses, so its first salvo is going to be a fat miss. In the Skaven, this is a bold strategy cut, and they're going to be taking on the Ogres head-on. Granted, the Ogre army isn't really Ogre-centric. There are some Ogres in the back. We do have 2 Bull units, but mostly going to be Gnoblar-based. Warp Lightning Cannon going to be trying to snipe the enemy Lord, and we do see it doing good damage. Out of the gates, Subutai Slaughtermaster does take some big HP damage. And now the Eshin Sorcerer going to be doing battle with the Pigback Riders, and the battle is on. Oh my god, the Arwar Pigbacks! Jesus, that charge bonus is 56 is brutal. Granted, yeah, those Clan Rats got shreked. That is pretty nasty. Now, there needs to be a response from the Skaven right now. The Globadiers need to just melt those things if they can. Yeah, we do get a big salvo in there, so potentially going to be getting their value back against those Arwar Pigbacks. Globadier Fire doing well. We do see more damage going down. Pigback Riders are taking big casualties across the board, but it's a big mistake, in my opinion, for the Skaven to take the Ogres in a head-on fight like this. Clan Rats losing to Pigback Riders. The fact that they can't be knocked over is pretty brutal. And Storm Vermin have also engaged too. These Storm Vermin are somewhat unsupported though. They have 115 models. They are shanking down some of the Ogre Bulls, but there's Gnoblar saturated in, so at the end of the day, it's going to be a tough fight. The enemy Lord, though, not enemy Lord, but the Ogre Lord is getting sniped. The Warp Lightning Cannon seems to be doing very good work. Blood Vultures are piling in, so this is a big moment here for the Skaven. If the Skaven don't react quickly, they just lose the game. The Warp Lightning Cannon is the big carry piece, so you need to call in a Clan Rat as well as the Wolf Rats and then try and push those off. So we do get the Wolf Rats charging in. Warp Lightning Cannon still taking some damage, but the Blood Vultures are getting killed pretty quickly by the Wolf Rats, so might be an okay situation for the Rats. Looking on Objective 3, Storm Vermin able to push back, and the Hellpit Abomination is still online, doing what seems to be some respectable work over here on the eastern side of the battlefield. Deathmaster a little bit trapped up in some of the Pigback Rider RORs. On the high ground, the Skaven going for an Objective Ninja. Now, I'd be really curious to see how the Wolf Rats will trade into Pigbacks. In theory, they should do well, but Pigbacks, I think, just need to cost 500 gold. I think they're just very undercosted, and that's a big part of the problem. Hellpit Abomination grinding it out versus Ogre Bulls, potentially going to be presenting some terror routes. On the backfield, the Warp Lightning Cannon is stabilized, so that's going to be very cost effective, and now it's going to be switching into what? I think going after the Ogre Lord is a good choice. The Lord is already beat up, and it looks like Deathmaster is going to be zipping in. Man, he just ran right through those Gnoblars, and now the hunt is on. So the Big Chungus is going to call on some of his buddies. Oh man, he's got a peg leg and everything. Yeah, Skaven Lord does not want to go back there probably, although Subutai's got to be aware of it. Yeah, Concealment Bombs is active. Subutai going to be running back into the tree line. Meanwhile, though, really nice theft opportunity here. Look at this. So up on the high ground, we do see the Skaven grabbing this objective. Really cool tactics using his Wolf Rats against the Gnoblar army. And now we get to see if Pigback Riders actually get countered by these Wolf Rats. They pile in a lot of DPS. Wolf Rat leadership is a bit of a problem, though, especially with the big terror-causing monster coming nearby. So normally, these Wolf Rats would have had a very good trade, but with the Pigback, not Pigback, but the Thunder Tusk arriving, that's going to be changing the dynamic to this fight. And oh man, Deathmaster going just balls deep back here, dude. The Ninja Rat getting some beautiful shanks here on the Ogre. And we do see the Slaughtermaster wavering, -4 leadership, and he does get the Meat Feast, but not before he breaks. So the big issue with him is he might run off the battlefield now. We're going to have to see. So do the Skaven have any objectives? It looks like they're being routed on many fronts. In the backfield, once again, the Skaven are going to be trying to stabilize their artillery piece using the Wolf Rats, but more Gnoblars are swarming back there. Also, we do have some Clan Rats with Spheres. Warp Lightning Cannon very much online. The Skaven now going to be making a play for the middle, while Deathmaster, wow, Whirl of Weeping Blades. So Deathmaster's just putting this game on his back anime style, using the Whirl of Weeping Blades, just insta-killing this Gnoblar Trapper unit, and now going to be going for the assassination attempt on the Slaughtermaster, which is a very good call. So dude, Deathmaster is hard carrying right now. So do the old Rats have any play on this objective? We do see the back objective, or the back point with the artillery, seems to have been pushed off. The Warp Lightning Cannon finally paid the Troll Soul. Wolf Rats trying their best, but that is a big loss for these Skaven Rat people. Deathmaster hunting down this Ogre character. Is he going to make it? Subutai is being forced to call out units back here, which is not effective. Calling out Ogre Bulls here instead of sending him up to the fight is certainly not what he wants to be doing. But Subutai is definitely ahead right now. He's winning the fights elsewhere. The Hellpit Abomination is just being a bit of a joke, not doing a whole lot. Only 500 value. The Thunder Tusk is just rampaging and pretty much killing whatever it comes across. But it only has 800 value too. It's not like it's doing super well. But the Skaven army and the way they engaged seemed a little bit rough. I think taking a square line engagement versus the Ogres as the Rats is a death sentence. I think more consolidating your forces in the corner and slow pushing out is a lot stronger. His army was like too wide. It was too much of like a, just a long battle line like this, which favors the Ogre Kingdoms very heavily. So probably going to be GG. Looks like our boy Subutai going to be going to the grand finals here. We do see the Slaughtermaster rallying in the back. Deathmaster trapped up by the Ogre Bull models, trying to escape. I mean, he can fight them and probably could beat an Ogre Bull unit, but they are dual weapons, so they might be able to bonk that little rat on his head. Ogre's just cackling down here. A lot of trappers, pigback riders, tons of scary stuff as we do see the Eshin Vortex spell. Not going to be enough. That is for damn sure. What are the Collins going to be? We do have more slingers. And I do think the slinger-centric strategy would just be stronger, and maybe using like Throt the Unclean on a Brood Horror to try and keep the Thunder Tusk in check would be pretty cool. I'm not sure, but even still, this game is over, and the Rat player just doesn't know it yet. Ogres are definitely the strongest faction of the game right now, in my opinion, in tandem with Khorne, but I would say Ogres are even stronger. I don't think they have any bad matchups. Like, I can't think of a single faction in the game that counters Ogres since they got Pigback Riders. If Pigback Riders were bumped up to the same as Nobilar Trappers, I think that would be more fair. They're definitely just grossly undercosted right now. And any faction, there was a lot of factions that used Heavy Cav to fight Ogres before, and now you just can't do that anymore. So it's a problem. So, you know, we're going to evaluate the win rates, probably have a couple, like a week or more of tournaments. And if we notice a pattern of Ogres just crushing every single event, and Khorne as well, we'll probably start banning the top 3 factions and SFTs, right? Like, so Slaanesh, Khorne, you know, maybe Ogre Kingdoms. We'll have to see. We will have to see. So Reginald saying DLC units are definitely overtuned for a reason. You know, I've heard that theory. There's 2 theories. There's the theory of, like, they make a gore unit. Like, people don't even really use, like, campaign units. Gores aren't really a thing, right? Like, here's the thing, Reginald. What units are overpowered, right? Think about it. It's the Khorne Gore, it's the Pigback Rider. The Thunder Tusk, yeah. The Thunder Tusk would adhere to that theory. But, like, most of the units that are OP are, like, chaff units that you're going to be getting rid of in campaign really quickly. The 2 arguments are they make units OP so the DLC sells, or ineptitude. They just don't know how to balance units correctly. They don't have good, you know, testing on the units. I think that is more of an explanation, that they don't have enough people dedicated to multiplayer testing, or, you know, maybe it's just not done well enough. I'm not sure. I don't think that they intentionally make units OP. I mean, obviously you want to make units exciting and functional to sell a DLC, but I think more often than not, that's not the case. I could be wrong. Yeah, like pigbacks in campaign or something you're going to skip over. It's a tricky situation. Like, the Thunder Tusk, yeah, like that unit was probably overtuned. I don't know if it was on purpose to, like, sell, you know. But then the Slaughter Brood of Khorne sucks, right? The Slaughter Brood of Khorne is a joke. So why would they? If that theory were true, why would they not just make the Slaughter Brute really OP as well, right? Like, why would the Slaughter Brute not just be like a Terminator that crushes everything? I don't know. I think it's more just kind of random, and it's just like the units are designed for campaign, not designed for multiplayer first and foremost. And then, you know, we suffer the wrath of that. But, you know, you guys could be right. For all we know, it could be part of the agenda. I could be wrong. Yeah. All right. So, continuing in is Deathmaster. I mean, the Skaven player certainly has heard no bell, but I mean, dudes, they are sitting at 10.1. There was maybe a window of opportunity where the Deathmaster could have killed the Ogre Lord and maybe started to flip the game, but overall, it's just a crushing defeat, and I do not know what Gotrek Starbreaker is still in the game for. You know, he does have a dwarf name, but that's what he gets. If he had played dwarves here, or picked dwarves as the semis, I would probably pick my stronger faction in the semifinals, just so I'd have a better chance of getting to the finals and at least having a competing chance to win. But dwarves would have been better against ogres. You know, that might actually be a matchup. Like, how do dwarves fare against the new ogres? You know what? They might actually be good. Yeah, they might actually be good. Here we have the Slaughtermaster getting feasted on. Thunder Tusk coming in, just giving the business to Deathmaster. He's going to be routed off. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be all she wrote. I mean, if he doesn't tap out in the next second here, I'm going to be super shocked. He literally is tabled. Yeah, GG, well played. All right. So let's go to the website. I mean, the Skaven build was cool, but it was not a good build, I don't think. I think Skaven are capable of beating ogres because they're a faction that doesn't suffer against Pigback Rider, right? That much. But this build was just triple globe, and like it was such a strange build. Maybe more land battle centric, but the build just felt really off here. Felt really off. Slingers would wreck Pigbacks probably, although they are shielded, aren't they? Yeah, but they're good against bulls. The Thunder Tusk only got 1,400. You know, like I think pre-patch ogres would have done the exact same thing to this Skaven build. It would not have been close. All right, so let's do the finals. Host game is spectator here. And let's invite and get Subutai in here. All right. And where are we at? finals. And then we got who won on the other side. Refresh the brackets. Apostate and Bob might still be playing. Yeah, looks like they're probably still playing right now. We will find out who won in a second. That was a longish game because the player didn't tap out. Yeah, dude. Nasty. And Bob, tap builder. Let me know who wins. All right. And there we are. Yeah, there's another factor, is that DLC units often add units that address the gaps in rosters, which makes certain factions suddenly feel very powerful. Very, very astute observation. Yeah, very, very astute. I agree with that. I think that's a very good explanation for why it often feels that way. There have been some factions that just get shitty DLCs, and they, like Lizardmen have gotten a bunch of haggard ones. They're just like bad units, like the Coatl and like Red Crested Skinks and like units like that. All right, so Subutai is here in the finals, and we are going to do what? The Glade of the Everqueen. Great map. Very epic one to close out tonight's stream. Awesome, awesome. Later tonight, after the stream, by the way, we are going to be, my wife and I and a couple of the homies, and Subutai, Frost, my buddy from high school, we're going to be running Scarlet Monastery. It's going to be fun. We're heading up to the Undead Lands to do that, so that'll be fun. All right. So Subutai is on what for the grand finals? Ooh, Vampire counts. That's his main faction. So he worked it out like a charm, dude. He worked it out like a charm. It's 6 a.m. here now. I'm truly cooked. Oh, it's okay, dude. I'm grateful to have your company, Reginald. Always a pleasure. And what are the other players going to be playing? We can actually check. Let's pull it up on the stream here. Okay, so Bob's grand final faction is going to be Khorne. Oh, we might get Khorne versus Vampire counts. Yeah. Oh, I want to see that. Or Apostate has Warriors of Chaos, which Subutai definitely wants Warriors of Chaos instead of Khorne. Yeah. We're Alliance. I've always been an Alliance guy. Yeah, for the Alliance. Because I really like humans and I really like dwarves. Those are like my two of my favorite fantasy races. So I had to play the Alliance back in the day. Crowmen are really good. Crowmen are amazing units. The Destroyer isn't useless. The Kadai Destroyer is more of a land battle thing. The problem with Indomination is it gives up a lot of agency on the objectives, and it's not a strong enough monster to compensate for that. Yeah, Crowmen definitely helped Cathay a lot. It gave them a huge backline defender tool. Like Crowmen intercept Furies, they intercept Hounds, they can deal with light cav, they can snipe enemy artillery and artillery duels. Crowmen were a huge win for Grand Cathay. Yeah. Yeah, Gio, I agree with you, man. Yeah, it's obviously campaign is our main focus. Although, honestly, this is one of the best RTS games. Like, Total War Warhammer is insanely well balanced. Like, I know it's very easy to give CA grief for a lot of their shortcomings, but the fact that we have any semblance of a balance in a competitive RTS game with over 20 factions is freaking nuts. Like, Blizzard struggled to balance Warcraft 3 and StarCraft for ages, right? With just 3 factions. The fact that we, like, you can take the worst faction into the game and beat the best faction into the game. Sure, it might be very hard, but like it's possible. Like it's very, very impressive. So you got to give kudos there. There is method to the madness. Have you tried hardcore? Yeah, I've played hardcore before. Yeah, I was playing hardcore with a couple people recently on the new servers, but most people died, and so I ended up just transferring with them because I didn't want to play by myself on hardcore. So we just transferred to a normal server. Yeah. How are the new Skull Reapers? They're better now, for sure. They're definitely better. Yeah. Would a community Stellaris PvP match with like 20 community members be of interest? I wouldn't be opposed to it. I've never played Stellaris. So I wouldn't really know what to do. I'm a bit of a potato. I'm going to let Subutai know. So you either play Walk or Khorne. I would love to see a Warriors of Chaos in the grand finals. Blood Beast in this matchup might be good. High leadership. Good stopping power against Graveguard. Hey, Eric, thanks for becoming a channel member, dude. Yeah. The laggiest game of Stellaris ever. Yeah. Chroman or why Cathay is playable right now? Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Dreaded Wrathmongers come. Okay. So refreshing. Still waiting on the other side. Subutai with a very decisive victory with his Ogre Kingdoms. Nobody knows how to play Stellaris. Yeah. Yeah, what strategy games do we have coming up? I mean, obviously, Total War is going to be our main squeeze for a long time. Total War Warhammer still has a lot of life left in it. You know, we're probably going to have all of 2025 is going to be, you know, new stuff, which is going to be hyped. 2026, it'll probably start to die down a little bit. And then we will of course do the new whatever new Total War game they do. We're going to create a huge multiplayer scene for it. I'm very excited. Very excited to. By then, you know, we'll have Total Tavern updated to accommodate whatever new game it is. If it's like a new medieval game, we'll create a new competitive scene for that. It's going to be super fun, guys. We're going to have a good time together. Blood Vultures. Oh, Harold the Hammer, though. Oh, that's right. Harry the Hammer exists in the Vampire Counts matchup. Okay. Indeed. Yeah, Harry the Hammer exists. I forgot. Saying goodbye to Warhammer 3 is going to be depressing. You know, even when we do switch to covering, you know, down the road, way down the road, another game primarily, we'll still come back and do Total War Warhammer tournaments every now and then for fun. Like little throwbacks here and there. Yeah, it'll be fine. 40K is going to happen. I don't... All the momentum for 40K is there. It's getting a TV show. It just got that Amazon episode. There's tons of new releases. It's selling the best it's ever sold, probably. Yeah. I could host a rookie tournament in the community, see how it goes. Oh, you're talking about first players. Corn was mediocre for a while, but they were always decent, I would say. They weren't like... Yeah, they were limited. They were definitely limited. Dude, that other game must be a freaking Duel of Fates over there. Those guys are just like going at it. Yeah, absolute Mortal Wombat. We should be getting at least 2 more DLC for this game next year. Yeah, so 2025, we're going to get probably a whole span of DLC. We're going to get Slaanesh. There will probably be an Undead DLC, like a Nagash DLC. And then I could see them doing like a Middenheim or like an Ulrich DLC, followed up by maybe like some cool ones like Dogs of War and Borderlo. Not Borderlo, Mucione. Probably get Thankful. Thankful will probably be an FLC at some point. Maybe Stormfiends, because Wrathmongers are an End Times unit. So I can see Skaven getting Stormfiends, which would be the coolest freaking thing ever. And yeah, and then we'll be sitting pretty, guys. And then after that, we'll see what new game's going to be on the docket. Amazon episode was incredible, dude. It was so good. I had an erection the entire time. It was so good. Oh, if you guys haven't seen the secret level, the episode 6, the 40K episode with Captain Titus. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Blood Bowl? I'm thinking about Blood Bowl. I dabble in it. If they added Chaos Dwarves to the new Blood Bowl game, I would do it. Yeah. An actual good Lizardman DLC would be nice, yeah. Lizardmen are actually pretty strong, though. They're a good faction. Let me check with the other player. So they're playing on the other side. Is it versus Apostate? Yeah. Let me know when done. All right. So we're going to see what's cooking on the other side here. You ever play Halo Wars? No, I didn't play Halo Wars. It doesn't call to me too much. I do love that. I like the Halo universe, but Boris and the Red Duke have been in limbo for so long. I think they'll get something. If I could buy everything for $100, it would make it way easier. Oh, you're talking about in competitive play in this game? Yeah, the trick would be I always recommend if you want to get into multiplayer, just get the DLCs for the factions you want to play in competitive and just zero in on those. Well, Bob is playing Lizards right now in his match, unfortunately, but we watched the other one. I really hope it's not Total War Age of Sigmar. Yeah, I would rather 40K. Like, we just had... Total War Age of Sigmar is going to have way too much crossover with this game. I mean, they share so many units. I think that would be kind of silly. Okay. Damn, Bob said his red crusted skinks did work. So Okay, so let's get Bob in here. So Bob was saying, he's saying to me right now, he's, cool. So Bob asked me, I just won his matchup, and he's telling me, he's like, I did not think I was going to get to the finals, so I picked Corn, and I don't know how to play Corn. So Bob is going to be just, roughing it here. I'm very curious to see what he brings. Surtha Ek DLC would be super awesome. Like, player hating on Age of Sigmar is really easy to do in our community, but I understand why it's fun and why people like it. The model range is beautiful. It's a very different aesthetic from Warhammer Fantasy. You're not really commanding an army. Age of Sigmar is more of a skirmish game. So if you like the skirmish setting, you don't care about like a big ranked up army, and you really like that super mega high fantasy, where there's gods running around, just obscene magic and obscene characters, then I get that. A lot of people prefer that. And Age of Sigmar has tempted me many times. There's many models that have almost lured me into that. Warhammer Saga title, Age of Sigmar. Yeah, AOS is objectively a good game. It is. It's just not my flavor. I prefer to have big epic armies on the battlefield. Like my 40k Death Guard army is a horde. I run 60 Poxwalkers, tons of Plague Marines. Like it's a legit full army on the board. Like I don't like those smaller armies, those like very elite kind of... What turned me off to Age of Sigmar was a couple things. Double turns I don't like. Granted, you can play around them at a competitive level. I also just don't like a model costing like 900 points and being... Yeah, like I remember playing an Age of Sigmar game, and I was playing with my Cities of Sigmar army, and the opponent had like a Lariel, and it was like, that was literally like half their army. And it was just like, okay, I'm all in on your big monster. If I don't kill it, I just lose. There's no tactics here. It's literally just dice rolling. The tactics are just, barren and obsolete. Like, I just don't like that. The new Death Guard detachment, it's fun. Yeah, it's really good for zombie Poxwalker hordes. It is. Granted, I think the old school Death Guard detachment's probably better. Yeah. That's also my least favorite part about Warhammer the Old World is I really don't like how powerful mounted dragon characters are. I think it's kind of bullshit. They ruin the game. It's just like you have one Chaos Dragon that costs 600 points, and if like your opponent, many armies just can't deal with it. And like I still want there to be monsters and to be powerful. And in Warhammer the Old World, monsters and behemoths are totally fine. Like the Necrosphinx, the Gorgon, those units are fine. They're balanced. You can deal with them. But mounted characters on dragons are just nonsense because the dragons and their toughness and their wounds get the benefit of the items that the character brings. So you just get a stupid chaos character that has like a 3-up, 5-up, 5-up. It makes you strike last with like an aura of Slanesh. It's just the dumbest shit. Old World, like Games Workshop just needs to come in with a sledgehammer and just crush monstrous mounted characters. Just banish them to another dimension. Because they just ruined the game. Yeah. That's one of the main reasons I didn't start a channel for Old World is because I was so unhappy with that aspect of the game. You like the format? I'm glad you like it. Cheers. Karanak is very good here too. Yeah, Karanak is very, very good here. I'm curious to see what Bob's going to bring. Bob likes the meme, but this is a tournament final, so this is a high stakes one here, right? Like, if you win this, your chances of qualifying for the season finals of next season are super high. There's kind of a benchmark where if you get at least 2 tournament wins over the course of a season, you're guaranteed a position in a big money event. So, oh yeah, Reginald for sure. Yeah, Warhammer never really got flying balance right, yeah. There are rumors an update is coming to limit the amount of level 4 casters. That's not even the biggest problem though. Level 4 casters are really good. But they're not like the worst thing. The worst thing are mounted monstrous characters. Like if you look at the top lists, it's either Warriors of Chaos or it's Bretonia. Bretonia is really cheesy too. Their mounted characters are really busted. The Pegasus Knights and the Dukes on the Pegasus with 360 charging and like just insta kill anything. Yeah. Yeah, Matt. It might be interesting. It's okay, Frostbite. In another life. Okay, guys. Yeah, characters in Warhammer the Old World should be limited to like, if you want to bring a level 4 wizard, in Warhammer the Old World, you should not be allowed to bring a big dragon also. Like, you should have to sacrifice one for the other. Like, if they made the character limit 25% of your army, no, that maybe is too little. No, 25% is fine. So you can only have 500 points worth of characters instead of like, what is it, like 1,000 now or something? Yeah. Competitive to the Old World is more skirmish than Sigmar. I think I agree with you to an extent. Because I have played in maybe 10 Warhammer the Old World tournaments. I have won 4 tournaments in Warhammer the Old World. I have placed like second or third in pretty much the rest of them. And every single time, it was just cheesing with monsters. It was like 2 Iron Demons, a Bale Taurus, and a Wyvern, an Orc War Boss on a Wyvern. Or it was using a Chaos list, or a Tomb Kings list, spamming double Bone Dragon. It was just always cheesy monster play. Yeah, which certainly, has killed my interest. Granted, I still love the hobby aspect of Old World. Like, I love building the armies. All right, enough ranting. Enough of that shit. Let's get down to the game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be a Herald of Khorne. Okay, so, Herald of Khorne on the motorcycle. I like this, right? Because you get the Locus of Wrath. You also get the Revel in Slaughter, the AoE buff from there, and the Totem of Endless Bloodletting. So in a blob fight, dude, you're going to be feasting. All your Khornate units are going to be getting plus 16 melee attack and plus 12 leadership. That is nuts. That is like a huge buff stick. So we got Marauders of Khorne, and it's going to be Wrathmonger. So we got double Wrathmonger, including the Bloodwake Berserkers. In the backfield, we have the Slaughter Guard, the Chosen of Khorne. This is basically everything I wanted to see. I wanted to see just all the erect, just full chub Khorne elite infantry just going at a Vampire Count blob. Now, the way to defeat a lot of these elite infantry is actually to use a flying Vampire Caster and use Gaze of Nagash. It does a lot of damage against them. But we do have Khorne Guards on Vanguard for Bob that Builder. And on the backside, it's going to be Slaughter Guard coming in. Subutai going to be rocking the double White Kings, which are very, very good characters. Anti-infantry, and they can work against Wrathmongers. They can do a little bit of damage, and of course can force back that Herald of Khorne. This is going to be a blob fight here. It is time. Herald got a Tormentor Sword in the update. Let me double check that. Oh, shit, he did! So the Herald of Khorne got a Tormentor Sword. Shout out to our boy, the Necromancer in chat. Thank you for pointing that out. All right. Yeah, so many little nuances. There's so many patch notes, and it's so dense here. All right. So advancing on up are the zombies. So we got the zombie hordes moving up with skeletons. Going to be grabbing objective 1. Subutai is all in the Unga Bunga. We got skeleton spears, Cryptors to do most of the damage, corpse carts, which will give a lot of buffs. Unholy Lodestone gives melee attack and heals. Melee defense 2, and the Balefire is going to be giving magic damage and fire damage. Fire damage not super relevant here, but the magic damage can be. So yeah, Subutai is about to discover firsthand the wrath of the Wrathmonger, and I'm curious if he can beat them. With the Slaughter Guard nearby, like their stats are going to be off the chain. Right now, look at this. Oh man, getting +8, and when they get in combat with the motorcycle as well, it's going to be just truly nasty. And Khorne Gores, like becoming unbreakable when they get injured, is going to give so much more staying power, and also answers against Cryptors. And like, you can't really, can you use monsters here? Maybe like a Vargulf? Oh, Bob is such a Chad. Look at this. We got the Knights of the Brazen Throne coming in. Let's freaking go. These guys are awesome. Definitely murder hobos. They can grind through vampire units very effectively. But Subutai's Mortis Engine is going to be his breadwinner. And Bob needs a Skull Cannon. The best way to beat vampire counts with Khorne is a build exactly like his, but you have a Skull Cannon back there shooting the Claw of Nagash. You can actually kill it pretty effectively. So in the front, we get Marauders of Khorne piling into the zombies. We have the pencil formation being used by Subutai. Subutai is a long-time Vampire Count player. He is very, very good at them and has a lot of experience with them. So if anybody can win this matchup, it's going to be him. And now the Wrathmongers are going to be piling in. So here they come. We do, of course, have the Herald of Khorne providing combat buffs to the Khornate infantry, as the Slaughter Guard are sitting in the back being very cautious, and the Brazen Knights going to be circling around the back. Are they going to charge into Skeleton Spears? Probably not the best of ideas. Call-ins for Subutai are going to be big armor-piercing vampires. So in the sky, he does have the Vargeist coming in to try and dive the Wrathmongers. But now we get into the epicenter of combat. The Locus of Wrath, 114 melee attack on these boys. Wrathmonger sitting at 120 melee attack, which basically means they have a guaranteed chance to hit whatever they're trying to hit. It's like almost the max chance. I think the minimum chance to hit something if you're like at 0 melee attack is like, what, 13% or something? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've looked. But the Knights of the Brazen Throne get a nice charge. They pull back, and now Subutai is going to be using Vargeist to try and screen them out. Motorcycle character going to be getting embroiled in combat once again. But the Mortis Engine is full cackling, guys. So even though the Wrathmongers are quite good, Bob does not have any Marauder Horseman throwing axes, which is a big mistake. And Bob did mention that he doesn't know how to play Khorne. He just picked them for fun. He didn't think he was going to make it to the final, so maybe his lack of experience in Khorne here could cost him. We're going to have to see. So Bloodwake Berserkers taking a bit of damage and probably getting some damage back themselves. Slaughter Guard going to be moving in. We do see the Krell summon coming out, but the two White Kings are tanking very well. The Khornate Infantry doing all right. I would have liked to have maybe seen the Khorne Shrine also. I think that could be very fun. Colin is going to be more Wrathmongers from Bob. So Wrathmongers are bumping and grinding, but overall the Königstein Stalkers and the Mortis Engine are just getting so much work done. He really, really needs a Skull Cannon. It's 8% is the minimum chance. Thank you. I knew it was like that. All right, so Vampire Counts do have the objective here, and they're cackling pretty hard on it. And Khorne is keeping the value even, but that's a losing situation. Knights of the Brazen Throne do manage to charge into the Vargeist here, and they're going to have Mortal Kombat. Brazen Throne do fire damage. Is that relevant against Vargeist? I don't think it is. No, they're actually weak to fire. Okay, and it's sometimes units that have the hunger aren't weak to fire. It's like a regeneration thing, but yeah, overall, more Wrathmongers are going to be on their way in, and we do see, oh man, Sword of Khorne is going to be a thing here too, guys. As the Wrathmongers, let's just get some cinematic shots since it's not going to be the most tactical fight. We see the Wrathmongers fighting shoulder to shoulder with the Marauders, and the Khornate champions here, the Slaughter Guard, also embroiled in combat versus the Vampiric host, but the skeleton buffering is very, very good. They're able to provide a good screen. Invocation Overcast going down, providing some big heals to the army. And now Khorngors are going to be the next call in here. We do see Heinrich getting kind of beat up. Okay, Heinrich actually maybe overextended a little bit and is getting tagged by the Slaughter Guard and also by the Wrathmongers here. The Arwar Bloodwake Berserker is still going strong, and despite being near death's bed, are still eager. They're freaking 78 melee attack, which is nuts. And in the meantime, Knights of the Brazen Throne going to be charging in. I feel like Subutai's army is really, really ill-equipped to play the mobile game. I think it's a big mistake by Bob not to come over here and just annihilate these units. That Knight of the Brazen Throne with like a Fleshhound supporting it or a Khorngor advancing up, this is a big mistake. This is a big mistake. Yeah, you need to move here and move here. This is a big vulnerability. I mean, he's very all into the Unga Bunga, and the Herald of Khorne getting smashed up by the double White Kings. That is a really bad situation for Khorne. In the meantime, the Halberds are still trying their best. Subutai cackling pretty hard here. The vampires are unleashing the full fury of the night as Crypt Ghouls are called in for capture weight. Not going to be super good against this army, but this Mortis Engine is going to win the game, I think. It's already at 2,000 value, guys, and we are just getting this party started. That is for sure. Can you talk about strategy in the games? Of course you can. Yeah, come on now. So Khorngors should advance up towards this objective here, and yeah, Bob is literally possessed by the visions of the Blood God. He is just too focused on this objective. Yes, his grind is going okay, and he's keeping the value close, but that's a losing situation against Vampire Counts. The capture weight does start to flip as Khorngors arrive. Subutai's Mortis Engine, as long as he keeps that thing alive, he's probably going to win this grind at the end. And Bob could just be easily taking Objective 1. I mean, it's just a skeleton unit, and now he's going to be doing it. Okay. So the Khorngors are moving up. He did get the memo, and he's going to be going for this objective because it's only guarded by like 500 gold worth of units, right? That is an easy win right there. So Slaughter Guard, are they still fighting? Yeah, getting a little bit beat up. We haven't seen a Sword of Khorne yet. Cryptors are going to be the call in here as the Khorngors do advance into a full court press. Crypt Ghouls swarming into the side here. And the objective does belong to the Vampire Counts. Looking at the point situation, pretty close. 501 against 440 or 489. So pretty much within the ballpark. And the motorcycle character does have a healing ability. So as he fights in combat, he is going to be healing. He actually attacks the White King, which is really risky. I don't know. If Bob loses his Lord, he probably loses the game. It's going to be very precarious for him. Khorngors need to move up on the objective. They're not on the point, which means the objective is not going to be flipping. Bob could also pull back and start playing just the bouncing game, because Subutai's army is not going to be good on the move. Definitely get this Herald over here and use Herald the Herald to drain the health off these skeletons and heal himself. Slaughter Guard are Chads, but like any infantry unit in the game, I don't care who you are, is going to be suffering the wrath of the Mortis Engine. We do have 3,500 value as the elite Khornate infantry just get ground down. I mean, Vampire Counts are looking healthy. They're looking super strong here. Wrathmongers are very powerful units. But at the end of the day, the way they're being used without, skull cannons, no Marauder Horsemen, there's a lot of things that you definitely need here. That's not to say Bob is out of this game. I mean, there's a chance he could play the objective bouncing game and maybe start to get back in this. Sword of Khorne should be arriving soon. He must be saving it. Like a Sword of Khorne on top of this Vampiric Blob would be very good. Khorngors are broken. Slaughter Guard are broken. Wrathmongers are pretty much the last thing fighting. And the Khorngors were able to grab this point. So that is very, very good for Khorne. They do have the double cap right now, so Khorne has objective 1 and objective 2, so the home objective is going to be under their clutches there, as Khornate cultists are going to be called out right now. And yeah, why is Bob not... Does Bob... No, he knows about Sword of Khorne. Bob is a high-level tournament player. He just doesn't play Khorne. So, yeah, obviously running into issues with experience here. But Marauder Horsemen throwing axes are god tier in this matchup. They're god tier. They can kill the Mortis Engine. They can kill the Crypt Horrors. They annihilate chaff units with their charges. They just bring so much to the table here. Cryptical is going to be arriving to the flank here, and the motorcycle character and the Khorne Gores going to be heading over there. So this is where Subutai could be presented with an issue. Bob definitely needs to get the charge off here, and he does. Charge bonus of 41 is really, really quite good. And the Hounds of the Blood Hunt will win that fight. They're very, very strong. Motorcycle Man and Cultists on their way, and the Lord of the Night, Subutai, really, really going unga bunga. Super, super hard here. So without range support, the Vampire counts appear to be able to outgrind Khorne. But you need that range support as Khorne, and then you can do a little bit better for yourself, for sure. So, yeah, I mean, they are holding on to the point, but the Crypt Ghouls arriving is problematic. Oh, man, it might be stabilized by the Khorne when these Khorne Gores do get the rear charge here. Tormentor Sword activated, and does Khorne hold on to it? The Khorne Gores do arrive. We do see the Hounds of the Blood Hunt crumbling down here, so they are being defeated 2v1 by the Dire Pack of the Crypt Ghouls. And the Herald of Khorne is going to be retreating back as Subutai moves across. It is going to be Heinrich cackling all the way to the bank. More Marauders with dual weapons being called in, a very, very good choice. They're quite solid against Vampire counts. And the last of the elite Khornate infantry are destroyed. So the Wrathmongers and the Khorne Gores are doing it. And I have to say, it's always refreshing to see like an old school faction defeat a new DLC faction. I'm happy to see it, indeed. Zoom in more closely. Yeah, I don't know where the Sword of Khorne has been dropped here. The Herald's going to be running away. He's only got 900 HP, being hunted down very heavily by the Dire Pack here. And we do have the double White Kings coming out. So the White Kings are going to be cruising for a bruising, might be able to get it done, and yeah, I mean, Subutai just wins this. He is ahead on points, he's going to be reclaiming the objectives, and the Mortis Engine is going to be getting her done. So what do we see here? Marauders moving, more Marauders on the way. Herald of Khorne is getting hunted pretty hard. I honestly think like a Skull Taker might even be better in this matchup, or Arbol could actually be pretty gangster too. He's got huge AoE damage and can summon Chaos Spawn. Valkia, of course, always good. And now the big scaries are coming in. We do have the Hex Race. You know, I have a feeling that Bob was not using Sword of Khorne. Rather, he was using the Horn of Khorne. So he was doing the War Horn. But that's GG. Subutai's got this game in the bag, showing that he's a Vampire count expert. And you definitely would need to have your knowledge as Khorne to win this matchup. But the double Skull Cannon is brutal here. It really can put a huge wrench in the Vampire count strategy. Although Subutai did have answers for it. You know, he had the White Kings to pressure them. And the Motorcycle Khorne character now going to be doing glorious battle with the White King. As the Vampiric Cab do arrive, the Khornate infantry are going to be folded up. Very spooky. The Halloween special here in the holidays. We'll be able to rout these Marauders. They're, of course, do have good leadership resilience. But yeah, the Ghost Cab are quite good. I think they're very, very strong. Herald of Khorne is going to be trying to flee and stabilize the back point, but that's going to be a triple cap here. Bob definitely should tap out because I have a burger waiting for me, so I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, Krell is a champion of Khorne. Yeah, that Kemmler controls. Yes. No wonder he has an advantage. That's right. Bloodletter summoned from the cultist. Not bad at all. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be probably it. Very curious to see the value on the elite Khorne infantry despite some of the hard fights. You know, I'm curious to see what they got done. Marauders of Khorne here are going to be plowed. You can see the big HP damage coming in from the Hex Race. And it's only a matter of time until the Vampire Unga Bunga makes its way over here. Granted, he doesn't even need to do it. He's got such an advantage. Yeah, sure, Bob is up on value with air quotes, but Subutai has been healing the entire game. So Subutai is probably up by about 3,000 value right now, if not more. I mean, nonstop Mortis healing plus the Corpse Carts. Clinical stuff indeed. All right. Yeah, I'll do some land battle soon, Sean. You're going to get the Faction Wars for land battle. That's usually my callback to the days of old. All right. What's on the burger? It's a hamburger habit, which if you guys haven't had a hamburger habit burger before, it is so much better than In-N-Out. The hamburger habit is so freaking good. I mean, I like In-N-Out burgers, but Habit puts it to shame in my opinion. Because Habit, you can get bacon, you can get avocado, you can get grilled onions, you can get a lot of good stuff, right? So yeah, just classic Vampire Count grind. And Khorne tried to meet them head on, but without the proper tools. 1900 on this unit though. Like even though they were in a bad situation, still 1900, 1700 here. Slaughter Guard definitely got wrecked by the Mortis. And yeah, the Knights of the Brazen Throne got killed. All the Wrathmongers paid for themselves, right? So straight up just good value there. But yeah, wasn't quite enough. GG, well played. Good game. Love to see it. Congrats to my boy Subutai, a champion as always. Gonna get some dinner now. And hopefully you guys enjoyed that. All right. Adios. Do widzenia. If you guys enjoyed this stream, enjoyed the format, drop a like on the stream. It helps out quite a bit. I hate asking for it, but it is what it is. And that's it. Yeah, also, if you guys have any feedback for the format, I think it's pretty fun. I think it's cool to see the range that different players have, right? Because every player who won this tournament had to play like 6 different factions and won most of their games, which is very impressive. So, all right, guys. Adios. Do widzenia. That's going to be it for tonight. Sigmar bless this ravaged body. And that is it for tonight.